Cool, cool, cool.
Alright, so everybody's in, right?
I think so. I haven't heard anything from Grim, but I assume that he's in.
No, he said something. He's here.
Okay.
I'm here.
My
I'm
goldfish
just
memory.
getting settled.
No worries.
Alright, so right now you guys are still in Kintargo, but
Right.
you have until the last Saturday of the month until it seems that's when the party is gonna be.
All right.
People are saying that it's gonna be a masquerade ball at the Kintargo Opera House.
Why masquerade? Isn't he like afraid of like spies and stuff? Because he's banning
I
like little
think he's
creatures that
trying
can
to appeal
spy.
to the people. Plus, there's
Do
like
you
supposed to be a
have knowledge
special event.
local, Freedom?
No, I'm not from
No
around
knowledge
here.
local? Anyone who is
I
from
can roll.
around here knows that masquerades are actually a common form of like Kintargo celebration. And the reason for that being is that they like masquerades because it gives people a chance who probably wouldn't normally talk to each other to mingle.
Hmm. And didn't
I'll be right back.
Barzillai... All right. Didn't Barzillai say in his public speech, or we heard some sort of rumors afterward, that there was going to be like some sort of special quote-unquote performance?
I don't think he said anything about a special performance, but
I know that there's like one of those things where it's like anybody could be invited. You could find the
yeah,
golden ticket in your chocolate bar.
I
yeah.
don't
The
think it was
rumors
so
around the
much
city
as
are
like a
that
raffle.
anybody, anybody could be invited
Yeah.
to the ball.
So does that mean that it's an open invitation, or you have to receive one, but anybody could be a mysterious recipient?
It's still by invitation,
All right.
but it sounds like there's no preference to people who are getting invited.
All right.
You can probably still count on a lot of the noble families to be invited, but there's going to be probably a much larger portion of the common folk.
Okay.
In preparation for this masquerade, I want to find a pretty mask with bunny ears. That's like in a bunny
You could totally do
style.
that.
Oh,
'Cause
I
I
didn't
think
know
the
you were
bunny ears
into
will
that.
match my half-elf ears.
Yeah, if you're interested in something specific, you could probably commission Makeway, our in-house tailor.
Back in
Yeah,
Magnamar,
that's a
girls
good
of a
idea.
mansion wear bunny ears.
The
Oh, do they? I've never been outside of Kintargo.
Oh.
mansion is owned by a Monsieur Hefner.
Yeah.
Huh, I don't know who that is.
Yep.
But I
When
like
you
to
are
run
older,
in the fields out in the farm, so just like the rabbits do.
He provides entertainment. Yep. That's about
The Play Pine Mansion.
it.
hmm, I'll give Makeway, some specifications for an outfit that I would like to have done, and I'll give him, some money.
Okay.
Maybe I'll give him my noble robes that I have already, and see if he can make some alterations to it.
the materials and the money to at least make it, then he can do that for you.
All right. He's
Yeah,
gonna.
I'll give him similar, but I don't want
Okay.
it to all be like super fancy. I just want it to be like a little bit more normal, like fancier than the common folk, but definitely not like noble folk clothes.
He says, that's descriptive enough. I'm not gonna give you what you want. I'm gonna give you what you need.
Hmm.
How much money does he ask to do this?
I think he's
He'll
already
only
on.
charge the crafting fee instead of the retail price.
Yeah, because he's on
And how much is
Leon's
that?
payroll.
How much you want to spend?
I don't know. I was thinking like 30 gold.
Oh, hella. That's something pretty nice.
So it'll be like outfit and mask. Then
All right.
I'll ask him
okay,
if he can
I'll
make a.
pay him that much.
Give him the monies. I'll ask him if he can make a. Actually, I'll just give him the crafting fees to make like a new outfit, because the pattern, he'll probably have to start from scratch. It'll be a pattern with like flowers, but that are like wreathed in flame.
Damn, you guys are fancy. I was just gonna wear a bunch of Ooh, should I be a
You're
dick
just
and
gonna
wear
smile and show your
embroideries?
diamond shit.
Cause that's banned, right? Embroideries.
Oh damn. That's right. Some like super fancy clothing or specific types of it are banned. You should totally do that.
I wonder what would happen.
I don't know. Maybe
Will they turn me
maybe he
away?
won't do anything since he's trying to appeal to the people. It probably would look bad if he were to confront you at this fancy masquerade.
Well, he wouldn't confront me, but his people might kick me out, prevent me from coming in. I don't know.
You could wear a cloak disguising yourself, and then once you are on the dance floor, whatcha, just
Hacha!
take it off and
Oh!
reveal yourself.
Oh, you sold me on that.
Leon knows that Freedom likes a dramatic reveal.
Hell yeah. Embroideries it is.
And then, like, when Leon reveals himself, it's just like he's just bedazzled.
Bedazzles.
Like, 100%.
Hmm.
And then he'll fly, and then you can cast daylight, and he'll be a disco ball.
Oh, I mean, if that's what you want.
Let's see. So we need to be here in how long was it? Like 2 weeks?
Yep.
Okay. I was just trying to figure out when we could leave. Uh, like, do we have 2 weeks and change, or do we literally only have 2 weeks now?
Wait, is the
Well,
calendar correct
today
right now?
is the 6th.
I guess we have
Yeah,
a lot of time actually.
you do have a lot of time because there's
I
gonna be
thought it was.
there's gonna be about 16 days of travel time there and back.
I thought it was later
Okay.
for some reason in the month.
Nope.
Okay, because I'm just trying to figure out like if we when should we leave so that we still have, feasibly enough time to like attend the ball. That way we aren't like cutting it or walking on the razor's edge as far as like time goes. Because I figure if we travel there and there's this fortress, if we aren't able to do it all in one go, like on the same day, we might need to spend like an extra day just to do like recon on the place and then go in.
Well, like I said, it's 16 days there and back.
Okay, so 16 days there and back, and how many days until the supposed start of the ball from this point in time?
Today's the 6th, it happens on the 26th.
Okay, so 20 days. Okay, so that means that we could
Or if you
have
look on your calendar, it's
we
there.
have Oh, okay. I guess I don't really. Oh, okay, I see a calendar icon. It's not something I use very often, but all right, so that means we have 4 days extra in addition to the travel that we can use for, being there at the fort or if we are waylaid by anything. I think that's a comfortable cushion of time. We'll have to leave soon to take advantage of it, but uh, I'm game if everybody else is.
Yep.
Where are we going?
Yeah, I think a fortress in the mountains
Uh,
to explode a magical anvil. And the handicap Thrune's line of support as far as ground troops go.
before the ball?
Oui, monsieur. It will be quite interesting to see his countenance, how he is able to pull off his hosting duties when he knows that his grasp on this false rulership is slipping through.
Hmm.
Maybe he'll have a breakdown and cry.
Well, I don't know about that one, but I certainly see a lot of people getting arrested.
They'll have to be able to prove it was us. But as far as shopping goes, I'm pretty prepared. I already got some wheels in motion. I don't think I have any more business in Kintargo. Unless, was there one more royal person that we wanted to try and visit that we knew that, not royal, noble, like Yaltero? I'll have to check the notes. Or Yarvis.
I believe you guys gained the favor of 3 of them, and there's 2 that you still wanted to talk to, but your rebellion, like your supporters and followers, could also do that while you're gone for you.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Yeah, we haven't met Baron Canton or whatever, I think, right?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think, was Jarvis? Was he the sleazy guy? No,
No.
that was Vashnar still. Yeah, I guess we can have our people people talk to them while we're gone. Because the one of them that we haven't talked to, uh, there, it's kind of like in the wheels, or in the gears, like it's turning. I think that was all of Moxa. And I think Jarvis is the only person that we haven't actually made any efforts to contact either through proxy or personal. Did we want to try to have some of our uh, allies or people within the Silver Ravens influence Jarvis and we just get packed up and head on out?
Can we do?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I mean, I guess.
Okay. Then if everybody else is in agreement, I guess that's what we'll do, and people can take care of, last minute shoppings or anything else that needs to be taken care of before we head on out.
Okay. I think we decided that this was going to be a 16-day round trip with horses. So are you guys
Right.
you guys are taking horses, right?
Yeah, I'll be taking a horse.
I
Okay.
suppose.
Because
We can
mount
we
isn't a
can
spell
use
that I can do.
we can use rebellion funds then to settle that.
I wish some of these magic people could make us go fast, though.
Yeah, unless you guys have any other options that you want to supply.
Nope. Not that I
But I
can
mean, these
really
horse
do for the whole party.
these horse trainers and stuff, they need money too.
Yeah.
I don't have anything that will boost people's speed for a long time. Uh, I don't think I get access to Longstrider.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Horsey, the old-fashioned way.
I guess the last night before we go, like maybe I'll try to do a little research on the surrounding region to see if it uh, is frequented by like harsh weather or if we need to do any sort of like climbing, like if we need climbing gear.
You want to know if you need climbing gear? Go ahead and give me diplomacy. Or actually, no.
Okay.
Give me a knowledge geography.
All right, that is not something that I am trained in. So I guess is there anything else that I could do, like a knowledge reroll, or
Diplomacy
is there any? Okay.
to gather information.
All right. It's my best skill. So a total of 5.
5.
As I walk abruptly up to people smoking, just like, hey, do you know anything about this place?
I can ask around.
You
Yeah.
are not having any luck gathering information
I can even
about the surrounding environment on the way to Minotaur Keep.
do it
Okay.
discreetly.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'd
I'll
probably
spend
ask
it.
him on.
I'll spend a day doing it.
This is diplomacy to gather information about Minotaur Keep. If you want to know
Yep.
the geography, that's a geography roll. I'm just making sure that this is what you want to roll.
I have knowledge geography, I think, but I'm not great. I'm not great at it. But no, I'll ask. I'll ask about the keep.
Okay, you gather information about Minotaur Keep with a 30, and Barry helps. I noticed that there's Barry A now, and I think I know what the A stands for.
Yeah.
Okay, so uh, the information you gather from several sources while being undercover and incognito is that this keep is this keep is quite wide because the gap that like runs through it is also wide itself. Um, this was the keep was originally carved by dwarves. I think I told you that before. So it's set into the mountains. Getting to the keep is fairly easy because there's a path there, but should you guys try to take any other, you know, path to the keep or into the keep, you're going to need climbing gear because it's going to be rocky.
Okay.
You also know that, let's see, the features of Minotaur Keep are, yeah, the surrounding mountain terrain is trackless and steep. Climbing or flight is required if you want to approach via a direction other than Ravenel Road. You gather information about the walls of the keep. They are hewn stone and therefore are climbable, but are not easy to climb. And you gather that their features of the keep are probably going to be that the doors are all made of stone.
Okay.
But they're well crafted because they're made by dwarves. And you're also sure that the number of soldiers, you're not sure on the exact number of soldiers within the keep, but that they're well trained and that they don't change out the soldiers very often. And that the acting head of Minotaur Keep is a Thrune named Lucian Thrune.
Lucium. Okay.
I feel like we've heard his name before.
Have we?
Maybe.
Is that with an N or an M at the end?
Of his first name?
Right.
Lucian with an N.
Got.
But yeah, that's the information you gather with your diplomacy. Is there any other kind of information that people want to gather or get?
Um.
I guess I'll do the knowledge geography check to see if I know about the terrain around it as well, like the path to get there.
Mm.
That one I'm just seeing if I know.
Okay, you know a good amount of the geography on the way there. So with the hinterlands, there's still plenty of grass, but there's lots of rocky parts along the roads as it gets higher and the elevation
There's
goes
rocky
higher.
roads.
Yeah, lots of ice cream if you guys want it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it'll get higher and higher into the mountains at a certain point. But
Any
most of it's
chance of me?
lowland.
All right. No, like harsh weather that may require like indoor elements or like that, even in the higher
Well, we,
elevations.
we wouldn't be able to take horses up to the rocky parts probably because they'll break their shoes or whatever, right?
Well, there is a path that leads through. They call it the Menador Gap, which is the gap in the mountains. So yes, you can.
Okay.
But but if we were
But
to
anywhere
go
off the
cross
path, it's fairly
country,
rocky.
yeah, yeah, probably won't be able to take the horses if we're trying to like sneak around or something. Which I guess begs the question, do we want to try and go like incognito and try to bluff our way actually like into the keep, or is this like we're gonna try to break into it and sneak into it?
That's a good thing to figure out.
Sure.
Like, could Amon forge something like some orders, like changing out the people and say like we're part of the new guard?
I was gonna say that worked for the other factory place where
Prison.
we went in.
Oh yeah.
So doing some kind of forgery sounds like it could work.
Amon, with your diplomacy about Minotaur Keep, you would know that trying to forge documents to change out the guard would be very difficult, as they don't normally change it out too often. What would be easier, though, would be to forge, not quite documents, but to forge, like, lists of stuff that would help you pose as merchants.
Ooh,
Mm.
and we got a lot of stuff at the coffee house,
But
the
you
Long
should
Roads.
be ready to be searched.
Right. I I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, I'll be the hired guard for the merchants.
Yeah. And if
Okay.
there was any sort of subterfuge to be had, I could speak up. I think Monsieur Liberté and the jurist, they could handle some of the talking to convince them if they seem reluctant to let us in. Did they find out anything like what the process of that would be? Like, would they just try to do the deals like outside the doors of Minotaur Keep, or would they actually, allow the merchants into it?
For what?
Like, if we were to pose as merchants, would they just try to conduct business outside the walls, or would they actually let us, as merchants, into the keep?
Well, if you say that you needed to, go through the keep, then they would have to let you in under the
Or
impression that you were
ask,
going to
yeah,
continue.
right. We could tell them that, we are tired and ask if we could, stay the night, even offering like a little bit of gold or a,
Good.
a discount on some of our wares.
Hmm. Okay.
Uh, I'm liking the idea of posing as merchants, peddling cafe to, the tired troops. Yeah, perhaps as a men-at-arms there, they might be needing something to perk them up on those lonely nights where they are bored. Did they find anything out as to like what the protocol would be? Like what sort of stuff wouldn't be allowed on our person?
No.
Um, Things that probably wouldn't be allowed in Cantargo.
Okay. Uh, I guess like if they find any of our like weaponry and stuff, we could just say that, it's a dangerous road.
Or you'll have to hide it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey, we heard somebody with a scythe was making a name for themselves in Cantargo. There's just they look
I
behind them. There's just a
mean,
wanted poster with just a picture of a scythe.
I am the hired guard. I would be a pretty bad guard if I didn't have any weapons about my person.
Well, how does everybody feel about the idea of posing as merchants?
It's the
Uh,
best idea we've had so far.
Yeah, it seems reasonable.
yeah, we can
A
probably
lot of us
manage it.
have a lot of us have really high diplomacies, and some of us have high bluff. So I think we'd pull it off.
And some of us will just scare them if they question us.
Yeah, I think we're pretty rounded out to talk our way in there. We just have to make sure, that once we're in there and we start, to do stuff, if we're there for more one night, we make sure not to draw attention to ourselves. And I'm talking to myself as much as, anybody else here, if not more so myself.
Do we take like something with us to be our cargo, like our goods that
could.
we're
Yeah,
selling?
I was I was suggesting earlier that we bring a bunch of coffee beans and stuff from the long
Ah, okay.
roads.
There is
Coffee
that
beans.
woodworking apprenticeship I had, and perhaps we could take some of his wares
You
if he
should
would
bring
let
all
us
that
try and
mint
sell some.
you've been growing.
No, that's contraband.
I asked about that last time. Yeah, first of all, it's contraband, so no, I won't bring it. But I was wondering if I was able to grow it. I think I rolled
Grow
a
what?
farmer check and everything.
Yeah, you rolled pretty good too.
Some mint. He's got like
The
a little
mint.
mint plant.
Yeah,
Sure,
I
there
had
is
like a
mint. You have
potted
mint
plant of
growing.
mint. Yeah, okay. So it's growing. But yeah, I would not bring that with us when we're being searched for contraband. That's a terrible idea, Freedom. If you want
They're
to
like,
stay free,
they look in the back of the cart. What are all
then
these
I'd say
grow
that is
lights
dumb.
doing here?
Yeah, growing mint is the equivalent of growing marijuana.
Yeah, gotta have that special
It's so
soil,
bad.
gotta have a drip irrigation system.
Actually, I think growing mint is probably a lot easier, but
Right. All right, well, I'll go talk to Laria and see if I can, uh, get some supplies from her. Like, I'll even offer, to basically pay for
talk to your
the
tailor and see if
stuff.
we can get some clothes to sell, perhaps.
Uh, that sort of garb is beneath Megway. He only makes high quality stuff. If you want to pass yourself off as a merchant, I think that just paying a few copper on the street, pick up a few robes, that should be enough.
I meant as wares to sell, not
Oh, you
to
meant,
wear.
you're speaking of materials like fabrics, I suppose.
Sure, or full on clothes. People need clothes.
That's true, I suppose the guards'
I
garb
beg
might
to
get
differ.
tiresome. They might have an officer's ball there.
But what do I know? I'm just a guard. You guys are the merchants. You figure out what you want to sell.
All right. Well then, I'll get some materials from Makeway and from Laria, like a nice rounded out, uh, assortment of things to sell, and maybe dropping like 100 gold gold's worth of supplies. Do you think that would be enough to like fill a cart to pass us off convincingly as merchants?
Probably just do a disguise check.
Sure. Yeah, we can take that out of your rebellion treasury.
Okay. What were you saying, Secret?
You can probably just do a disguise check. Like, uh, I don't think we need to go too far into all of this.
Well, I mean, even if our disguises are great, if we don't actually have any, like, wares, uh, to be pretending to selling. I guess I don't think it would matter
They're
how
gonna
Yeah.
good
ask,
we looked.
"Where's your wares?"
Yeah, I mean,
But that is a good idea. We can disguise ourselves to a degree if we feel like it's possible that these people at the keep might have like wanted posters of us, but I don't think we've seen anything like that in the city.
You guys aren't wanted. The city and Thrun has publicly recognized you as heroes of the city.
Hmm. But if Freedom is feeling like he wants some sort of disguise, I can purchase another disguise kit. That way we can like
well, I mean, you were
do
sitting
ourselves
here
up.
trying to pretend
You
that
could,
we're
yeah.
merchants, and that's part of a disguise kit. Would be to mechanically. What I'm saying is I don't think we need to nitpick the details. Just disguise us, and we'll roll a disguise check if it matters. I'm ready to go. Is I guess what I'm saying.
I think we do need some wares. Like, if we're merchants and we don't have anything we're selling, they're gonna question us more.
Okay, well, let me know. I'm ready to go whenever you guys are ready.
Yeah, I think that was just the last thing, just gathering like a oddball assortment of stuff, and I'm good to go.
Okay.
Same here.
I have my scythe and most of my weapons. I'll leave the Octavio's mithril sword here because I think it would be strange for a normal guard to be carrying such an expensive looking item.
Maybe. Yeah, you can.
The scythe I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep with me, but I'll say it's sentimental value and passed to me from my father, which is pretty much all true.
Yeah.
It just
I mean,
didn't
you
happen to be enchanted at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But
We'll say you're
I
taking
think that I can pull off.
You can probably one of your horses can be strapped to it, and someone like Leon, who's small, can be in the wagon with the stuff.
Yeah.
So all in all, I'm going to take 525 gold out of your treasury to cover the cost of horses, the wagon, and we'll say like yeah, like things to put in the wagon to kind of support you being merchants, and we'll also go with like some of that is also like camping gear.
Okay. Cool.
So tents and stuff like that.
Yeah, travel
I'm keeping a
rations.
number of weapons at home, actually. If you care about the exact ones I'm bringing, let me know. But I'll have basically the scythe and that mighty cleaving greatsword and a couple daggers.
I mean, you bring whatever you want on your person. I'm not gonna
Okay.
check your character sheets.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, it would look funny if I was carrying, like, 4 two-handed weapons on my person while traveling,
I mean, that's pretty
and
common.
it's not realistic. I
It'd be like
disagree.
A
Lord of the
guard?
Rings scene where he's pulling out all the weapons to get into.
Four two-handed weapons.
Yeah.
4 weapons, 4 two-handed weapons.
Have you
would
seen
they did.
Raz?
So much.
Did you see how many
What's the
weapons
funniest-
Raz carried? And he still walked
Yeah.
into town.
He was very strong.
Sure, but he
That was
wasn't under, like, a police state.
The funniest thing about the Lord
Right,
of the
he was
Rings
in a free
comment
country.
is they didn't take away the most powerful weapon.
We're not
Just
restricted
walk
to
with
have our
staff.
weapons.
Yeah, his freaking staff.
Yeah,
Yeah, too bad
but
the
yeah, I'll have, like, a
other
couple daggers, greatsword, and scythe.
the other people in the party weren't able to think of the great excuse of that it's a pointy
It's a
walking
walking
stick.
stick.
Yeah,
That's what, like,
Some-
Demon of the Rings, what they'd say, right?
Yes.
This is my...
Yeah. This is no axe, lad. It's a traditional dwarven walking stick with an ornate headpiece.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm gonna push the clock
That's what I'm
forward
gonna
to
say
the next day,
So
about my
and
scythe.
you guys may embark when you're ready at 7 a.m. here.
I need to get my scythe upgraded at some point to be, like, hidden, so it does actually look like a walking stick.
Get the
to be
transformative
a switch
property.
scythe.
Yeah. That
Well,
would do
Well,
it.
there is the
could,
weapon type switch scythe, and I know that
you could take craft,
my mom offered to
weapons
teach me
and
actually about
yeah,
that.
and make a switch scythe.
True.
But the thing is, I don't want to make a new one. I want to enhance my current one.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you can't do that.
I mean,
Well, that's what I
That would
need.
require you. That would require you
I need
to
magic or great
effectively
skill.
break
You
down
have
the current
Sam.
weapon and start
Just
from
give
scratch.
your weapon to Sam.
Or you
I'll
could,
talk to my
take
mom
advantage of the
first.
cohort.
Just
What you
'cause
need to do
in the
is
story,
just
Daring
you
Dan
need to-
/ my mom offered already to teach me.
Oh my god.
yeah.
That's true.
The biggest thing, the biggest one that you could do right now for the enchanted one that you have is put the transformative property on it.
Yeah, but
That's
really
very
expensive.
expensive, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that kind of money.
Why not?
I'm a poor farm boy.
Oh god. That mint selling not doing you much, huh?
Not yet. I haven't
Yeah.
gotten to sell it. It's not really something I can sell in like commercial use and make a lot of money. It's more of a special gift I can give someone who I think deserves it or would enjoy it.
Oh, I see. You're trying to get favors. Uh-huh.
Right. I mean, it's one plant of mint. It's not like I can produce a bunch and sell it.
His like entire basement is like 20 plus plants.
Yeah.
I mean, if Matt let me do that, maybe, but I don't want to try and turn this into Farmville. That's not what
Why
this game
not?
is about.
I mean, if you want it to be about that, you can certainly make it about that.
Do the rest of us want to play
We'll see
Farmville, though?
later in the game, maybe. Right now, if I just have some available that I could give as a gift to someone, I think that could come up and be useful.
Yeah.
We should just
Here's a gift of mint. Make sure that the police don't find you in possession with it.
True.
It was meant to
adapt
be.
all the Kingmaker kingdom building rules, but make it about a farm instead.
Mint plantation.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I think they sort of
It's
have
like
a
turning
system like
Prison
that, but
Architect
yeah.
into a farming simulator.
Wait,
Yeah,
prison
the tree
architect?
farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah, you can make money in Prison Architect by growing trees and
Using
selling
your
the wood.
prisoners to grow trees. You don't actually make money off the prison. You make money off what the prisoners are producing.
I mean, that's
Oh.
normal. Sadly.
Sadly.
Right. We travel?
Yep, you guys are
I mean, it's
traveling.
basically like free slave labor as long as you pay them for their food and board and all that.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, that's what people do in real life. In
Yeah.
the corporate
Yeah.
prisons in the US. It's kind of shitty.
That's super
That's
shitty.
how
Alright,
you get a
so
lot of license
3
plates.
days. You guys have been traveling for 3 days now. I'm gonna make this somewhat simple.
All right.
Roll a
Move this
percentage.
forward. I already have been.
Dang it. Matt doesn't let me roll percentages in his game. He's seen what I can do to Mantis's game. What was it, three 100s in that game that I've rolled, and a 99, 2 100s and a 99, something like that?
Hey, you're not the one that rolled the 99 that caused the
I'll be right
vortex
back.
that took us to Galarian, okay? That was me.
That's true. That one wasn't me. I caused all the other party wipes or near party wipes.
Oh, shit.
I think you rolled the one where Dio murdered us or whatever.
Oh, God.
I
Yeah.
rolled the one with the spooky ghost that murdered us. I rolled the one with the murder bear pig thing.
You got murdered by a goat?
And I rolled one other one. I don't remember what it did. I'm just
I
saying, if you
wanna-
want excitement, we know how to get it.
I'm gonna try to actually learn
We know the...
sense motive or sense vitals rather from my scroll since I think it's been a week.
That
Oh, okay.
that opens some interesting
Probably
opportunities.
Probably I do it on the road, like while we're camping out or whatever.
How long does that last, Pluto?
It's rounds per level.
Rounds.
Okay, because there's that feat that if I have like 5d6 sneak attack dice, I don't think that works if it's a temporary sneak attack dice, I guess.
Yeah, you probably don't actually qualify for the feat. If you need to
Yeah, I'm
have
not going to unless I
5d6.
put a bunch more levels in Slayer or take like
There's a
the
feat.
sneak
There is a
attack
feat you
feat.
can take. Yeah, there's a feat you can take that gives you 1 extra sneak attack dice. Called Accomplished Sneak
I mean
Attacker.
that was my original build until before I was going Hell Knight, and then I decided to, take the more flavorful route, and I don't think I can fit that into the build anymore. But the original plan is there's something where like if you have like
Cool.
4 or 5 sneak attack dice, you can do something to coup de grace someone, and I was going to use the scythe and coup de grace people, and do 4 times crits all the time.
Because he's a rebel!
Man, good pictures of like what I'm trying to look for are so hard to find.
Open up the MS Paint, and I'll give you what you need.
Fantasy like really tends to make like this particular thing so like unsightly. I think this is the best I can do. Okay. So while you guys are traveling on your third day, during the afternoon, something startles your horses. There's some nearby like there's like a raised portion by the side of the road, and a very large woman jumps in front of your horses and your wagon, and she's not large sized, but she's very close to being that. Like you're looking at like an 8-foot tall person.
Wow,
They're
okay.
definitely bulkier than a human, and you can probably guess that they're not human. But she is carrying a very large great axe, and her
Oh my.
clothes are fairly simple. And she also is kind of bloody. And she lets out a primal roar at you guys.
Oh, yikes.
And she looks like this. Where is it? There it is. Does it... Oh, I guess I have to put it in images first. It doesn't like just automatically share it with you guys. There.
Oh man.
Oh, is she pretty?
Yeah, she roars. This was the best picture I could find.
Yeah, she wasn't all bloody.
But she roars at you guys and says in common, stop!
Wait, where are we at when we see
Okay.
this
I
weird
saw.
On the
giant
road.
on the road.
lady just on the road Random encounter.
couple days
Okay.
away from Kintargo. Yeah.
Okay. I assume
I'll
since I
try to
am
be.
one of the guards, I will be near the front.
I'll try to be diplomatic and ask, "What can we do for you?
Oh,
We
you're
are
gonna
just simple
ask
merchants."
before me. Okay. I was gonna do something else, but I like your approach first more.
And
Would you
she
like to
yells
travel
back
with
to
us?
you, "Food! Give me your food!"
Oh no!
I mean,
All of it?
we can do that. We can always hunt for more, right?
And Barry, he can create the food, I think.
I
Also
want to
technically
size
true.
up this creature. Is there knowledge I can do to tell what
You can do
this
knowledge local.
person is? And mainly, I want to know, can we take them?
We're not
Oh, your local rolls aren't
gonna
that
fight
high.
them.
Hey,
Caleb, I guess the others, you guys are like kind of guessing, like you're half sure, but Caleb's very, very sure that
It's a giant.
this is a half giant,
Oh, half giant. Okay.
and you think you see she's half giant and probably half orc or half orc.
Orc. Oh, okay. Huh.
It's like a quarter orc and half giant.
Yeah, you can have my food. I'm fine with that.
And she looks pretty strong.
I mean, I look pretty strong.
No, no, you
No,
don't.
she's pretty beefy.
So what did
You're guessing she probably has more strength than you, like more natural
what did she
strength.
say to what did she say to Amon?
She wants our food. She'd give me
Oh
your
no, but
food.
didn't you? Oh, did you not reply?
Oh, I did say all of it? Like, I think
Yeah, what'd
Amari
she say
is
to
a little
that?
taken aback. I don't think
Like,
she
is she
said
trying
anything
to
to
get all
that.
of it?
I think she just scowled at me or something, or like fucking did a thing where she like,
So she's
I
being
don't know.
reasonable. I think it's
She,
perfectly reasonable to give her
yeah, it's
some
just
food.
a
Sure.
just a normal road shakedown. Give me all your food.
And Freedom did say that he would give the giant his food.
Yeah.
So how she
I mean,
respond to that?
our goods that our merchant goods are not all food, right? Like,
No, none of it's food.
okay,
Besides
that's good at
coffee beans,
least.
unless it's gonna eat coffee beans raw.
It might. I wouldn't put it past her.
She says again, "Food now, pass after."
Ass after?
I'll start
Oh,
rummaging through
man.
my...
All right, all right.
I didn't know you were that
We'll
kind of
share
gal,
our
but
food.
I guess.
I'll wait for now and see if we give her some food and she lets us pass, then it's fine. But you can tell that Caleb's on edge.
I'll
Yeah.
start taking out some food and I'll tell the others, are you good at diplomatizing? Like, ask her what her name is and if she's out here by herself.
That's a good point. I'll do perception and look around for anyone else, like waiting to ambush us.
Sure.
Yeah, I give her her food and ask her if she has a name or if she wants to socialize.
I assume
If
you
not,
give
we
her
can
like
move on.
rations and like normal stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I got.
She can be
Yeah.
like, not good enough. I want
Yeah,
only
she
the
takes
finest
the, like-
cakes.
She takes whatever it is that's like the rations and like she bites into it like very savagely.
Mm-hmm.
She consumes like the dried meat and the cheeses and breads very quickly, but she throws away like a large portion of what is there, and she says, "Ugh, poor food. Give me that." And she points like with her axe to like the smallest horse you have.
Oh. Nope, but I can help you find a deer.
You don't want that. That's gonna be all tough and gross.
No, that's exactly what
She
she
yells
wants.
back, "Are you tough and gross?"
Yes, I
Right?
am tough and gross. And if you don't let us go by now that we've given you food, you're going to become food for the carrions.
I put
And
my
then I'll
hand in front of
intimidate her.
Caleb, and I'm like,
I
shush,
don't intimidate
Caleb.
her very well.
Caleb, you don't have to insult everything you
No,
come
I've
across.
had enough of this. I don't get bullied around.
She's not bullying anybody. Just offer her the right help.
How does she react to my intimidation? That was very
She's not
bad.
intimidated.
Did she react to what I said, or did that get glossed over?
Please repeat what you said.
I said no, but we can help you find some deer.
To the horse.
Yeah, no to giving the horse.
Yeah.
She says, "Help." No. No, you can no help. Just give.
Well, we're gonna have to incapacitate her if she doesn't want
I
help.
take my
I-
scythe into my hands and hold it in a threatening way.
I would like to say something to her if it's possible before
Sure.
blows are struck. All right, I'll hold up my, tiny hands to her and say, "Pardon me, madame, but you know, we can show you how to hunt. That way you don't have to put yourself in such a treacherous situation. It would be easier to find a small deer than to attack all of us, would it not?"
She shakes her head and says, "No, no hunt. No."
I'm sensing. I tell the others, and I speak in Infernal. I'm sensing that she is perhaps alone, maybe ostracized from her tribe. I think that she might be scared. Let us keep trying to talk to her. I, if it comes to blows, let me be the first one to take her axe, and I'll hop off the
Can
cart and
somebody go and
stand next to her.
try like hunting for food while we have this diplomatic conversation, and then maybe present it to her?
I don't know how to hunt for food.
It'll
Yeah,
probably
no, I'm about ready
take
to slash this lady down.
it'll probably take a while to actually find some sort of suitable
You can't
prey.
just go and
that's like-
hunt. That's like a, at least an hour-long endeavor to
You
get
can
anything.
certainly start, because I don't think we're going anywhere, and I'm not gonna let you just strike this lady down.
Well, I'm
I'll
holding my
ask her.
scythe threatening at her and saying,
And
"Back
I
off,
push
or we're
you
gonna
back,
take you
and
out."
I tell you no, Caleb. You can't sit there and insult everybody. She's hungry, like Leon said.
I'm not insulting anyone. This person stole our food and is
She
trying to
didn't
rough us up
steal
for more.
anything. She hasn't done anything yet. She's only spoken through her mouth.
So Leon, you have an opportunity while Leon and Freedom are having a heated debate.
Even
Okay,
Caleb and Freedom, but yeah.
I'll hold up my hands in a non-threatening gesture, introduce myself there. My name is Leon, and it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm sorry that my food was not to your taste, but I would be happy to help you find something more suitable. That horse, we are in need of it for travel, but my friends and I, we want to help you. Do you have any friends nearby?
Help. Why help?
Because you are like us. We are scared, and we find that in others we find strength. And I think that you
She raises her axe and
She's not
like
scared.
does like a pump with it, like up and
Okay.
down, and she gives another roar and she says, "No, not scared, but give me a sense motive."
sure.
I'm gonna use a move
I
action
don't
to
know if I
study the
need to-
target as per the studied target ability.
All right.
So Junior's just out to cause
'Cause I'm ready
trouble
to
today. Like, I don't know why. But...
Leon and Amon, she seems
I don't know why
like
you guys
she's
are putting
getting
up with
angry,
this.
but Barry,
She hasn't
you
done
think
anything.
that there is something that is that she's trying to hide, and you think she's trying to hide something that she is scared of. You think she's trying to
Yeah.
act tough more than she's getting angry.
Hmm.
She's
Well, go ahead.
Barry will try to, let me see, because he knows giants like that. They're like his favorite, like his kind's like hunted down by giants.
Hmm.
um
Okay.
uh he like he goes to Leon, don't say that she's scared. Giants pride themselves in being fearless. Um
But it seems that you
mm,
know quite a bit about their demeanor then. Would you like to speak to her?
he kind of like shies away from that. He's not
I'll
he
stand
well,
in
I
front
don't
of
know what to
Barry.
say. I don't know what to say, and it's more like it's kind of like ingrained to him to like stay away from
Gotcha.
those type of creatures. But maybe say we just want to help make it easier for you. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll
Um,
teach you how to kill something bigger than you. And that way you get food for it or something
Wait.
something along those
What's bigger
lines.
than her? I
A lot of things.
I will tell
guess.
her, just holding up my hands, in mock fear, say like, "Oh, oui, madame, you are très incroyable. You are very scary. I did not mean that. I meant we are unsure of our future, and we want to help secure yours. So if you allow us to assist you, we can avoid any undue bloodshed. We are all
This is
quite skilled, and I think together our strengths will be exponentially increased. I mean, will be big, very big."
Urgh. Little men, you talk too much. Give food, and I can go.
we will give food in
Um,
about an hour or so. Yes?
can you wait that long? I'll kind of point
She
at where the sun
grumbles,
would be.
and she says, very hungry. Has been difficult finding food.
Was
Barry
that
starts
very hungry or fairy hungry?
Barry starts preparing a spell.
Is her
Not
name
Yeah.
like to
Fairy?
cast, but
Okay.
I left a level 1 slot open, so he's gonna prepare create food and water
Okay.
or create food.
Alright.
Oh no, that's gonna
Good
taste even
point.
worse than the trail rations.
Hmm? Oh, it's kind of tasteless, actually, I think.
It's tasteless, but it's filling.
Exactly.
It's spilling, yeah. She says very hungry,
It
food
has no
scarce, hard to
taste.
get, so. I don't think
She
it's
just
about
ate like a
delicacy.
friggin' 3 meals of food.
No, she didn't
What's she
eat
talking
anything.
about?
She's a
We've
big
been
lady.
we've been talking. She hasn't actually
What?
done
No,
anything
she
yet.
ate a bunch of the food we gave her.
Did she? Because I thought we were in a
Yes.
conversation
Yes.
this whole
Half ate it.
time.
Well, she ate. Yeah, she ate some travel rations, but then she didn't. She
Like
didn't like
meats
them
and
and threw them
cheeses, and
away.
then threw out a bunch. That's why
Yeah.
I'm kind of pissed off at this lady. Is we gave her food and she's still asking for more.
All right, well you
And
be
her food
pissed off.
wasn't good enough.
But she sits like on a nearby rock with her axe, like waiting, but she's grumbling.
I'm gonna pull out some meat jerky and just start munching on it in front of her.
Oh Lord. All right. Well, between us, like, who is going to try and find some food? Because
Well,
I
Barry's
will
doing
go.
something.
Barry's
Oh,
preparing a
okay.
spell. Yeah.
I'll help
Oh,
us find
yes.
food later, but there's no way I'm helping this lady get food. She's been nothing but
Okay.
rude and a bully. She's the reason why farmers have to be very careful on the roads when trying to sell their goods.
Mm-hmm.
People like her.
Now
Yeah,
I
that's.
see where Caleb's coming from. Like, add that little story into it, it made sense.
Yeah, it's
All
reasonable.
right. So
Well, think
if
about it. Bandits destroyed my family's farm and took my mom away.
Yeah.
People like this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, so I
And
guess
she
I'll wait
probably has
around
a
for
sad story
Barry.
as well.
Maybe we'll all learn some empathy today. So, what spell is Barry preparing for the food?
Create food.
Yeah,
Oh, nice. Okay.
that'll be quick.
I'll see if we have any spices in the cart as far as like our supplies go, and I'll try to use some of that to try and help make it a little bit tastier if it's at all lacking in any.
It has no
I
taste.
mean, it's explicitly
Okay.
like pretty much flavorless
Okay.
food.
Yeah.
Well then, I think what I'll do is I'll actually go and try to find some food, like after getting some intel on what Barry's doing, just in case she's not happy
While
with it.
Caleb eats the jerky in front of her, she does look to you and lifts an eyebrow. She says, "Ugh, how you eat that?"
Cooked
Oh,
meat.
it's
Yeah,
good.
it's gross.
She wants raw.
Dry. Yeah, not juicy.
She's basically
No.
Smeagol from Lord of the Rings when
You want
Sam
fresh
is cooking the
fishes.
rabbits. And you're like talking about cooking it with taters. And she's like, "What the
I
hell are
say if
taters?"
you don't want normal people food, you need to learn how to get your own food. This is how we eat our food.
She said food's hard to get. I wonder why.
I could ask her.
A good point. Why is food so difficult to get?
She hesitates to answer your question. She rubs the back of like her neck and looks around like a nervous tick, and she says, "Very dangerous."
And that's it. Just dangerous.
Find food quickly, or you become food.
What's out there that's gonna turn us into food? You're just saying you don't have a home.
No.
Freedom, she's saying she's going to eat us if we don't give her food she likes.
That's not what she said at
God.
all.
You skinny. No meat.
Yes, it's true.
And you just
I think what she
imagine
means is no fat. I'm actually ripped.
if you're playing like a bloat mage or something like that, she like actually was like, "I want to eat that guy."
Oh, gross. Ew.
That'd be like
you
so
fat! You juicy.
funny though. Yeah,
You're trying to strength check?
I'm just
he's
saying
flexing.
I'm not weak.
He's flexing.
I'm not
She'll flex back
skinny.
at you.
God, I feel like this has gone to like some weird like flirting, flexing situation, and I don't
Maybe.
like it.
To flex, like she picks up the rock she was sitting on. And she like hucks it. You can see like the half giant in her.
Yeah. Well.
How much time goes by, I
You
guess?
can do it.
He'll cast the spell.
She's probably like
Okay, you do it.
just puzzled by the constant argument between Freedom and Caleb.
Maybe.
But she didn't answer in any greater detail as to why food was hard to get or what
Well, she
would
said
try
it's
to eat you.
dangerous, but not what
Right.
part of
But
it was
Freedom
dangerous.
Right, but Freedom did ask specifically like what out there could eat you.
Yeah, it's true. What is danger?
I think she did say, like, nothing. And she said it very dubiously.
Maybe she'll be more talkative after we give her some food. But yeah, I'm going as fast as I can
Well,
to.
Barry cast the spell. What do you guys do?
Wait to see
While
for
she's
her
distracted eating the
reject
food,
it.
I detect chaos on her.
So you offer it.
Yeah, offer the food.
Alright, she looks unimpressed at what you offer her, but she still grabs something.
Yeah.
I imagine conjure food mostly conjures like breads and like stuff that looks like meat.
Yeah.
She takes some of it and she begins to eat it. She comments on how it's like ugh, bland, but she keeps eating it because it looks like it is filling for her.
Does she detect as chaos while I detect chaos on her?
Oh, let's see.
I want to do it while she's eating so she's like distracted.
Sure. Yeah, she does.
Okay. I could take her. That's all I'm saying.
But we don't need to.
Well, we'll see what
Well,
happens
she
after
she
this
eats
all
and
this
she doesn't
food.
stop until she's full.
Okay, cool.
Well, create food and water creates like enough to feed like
A
It's like
lot.
20 people or something, right?
one person per caster level. Oh no, it's three people
It's 3 per
per
cat.
caster
Yeah.
level.
So
Creates an
21
absurd
people.
amount of food. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
there's a.
hometown buffet quality.
I know there was in the Legacy of Fire, there was like a starving tiger that was like immortal in the palace, in the fire palace, and my guy was able to create water or create food and water, and he created like almost a ton because he was level like set like 16.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
Okay. Create simple food of your choice, highly nourishing if rather bland. So you could
Yep.
actually even have used it to make like something that is sort
Yeah,
of meat,
meaty.
I guess. Like maybe it's actually tofu though.
Yeah. This is basically create tofu. Is what that
Yeah.
God,
spell
tofu
is.
is so gross sounding.
Aw, but it's
It
good.
sounds like toe food.
No, you know what he made? You know what he made? He made the what is
I
it
actually
called?
don't like
Fuck,
tofu.
Oh.
fuck. What's the fake burger
Oh,
patties?
the Beyond Burger.
Beyond Burger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he made it.
He
He
made
made a
some
big old
Beyond
stack
Meat.
of Beyond
Hey, those are
Beyond
Hey,
Meat.
good, right?
that stuff's actually supposed to be very flavorful though, so I don't know.
Like, it sounds really good to me.
Well, it kind of has to be in order for it to taste like a burger.
Yeah.
She says to you though, fine, you go. Me take rest for later.
Okay.
Oh,
Doesn't
I
that
wish her
food
safe
disappear or not?
It disappears after 24
after
hours.
24 hours.
Or
Okay.
it goes. It
Okay,
spoils
it's there
after
for a
24
while.
hours.
well, here, Caleb, if you're so worried about the food that she ate and threw away, eat up now while you can.
That's her food. I'm not taking her food. I have my own food
Freedom will eat with
that
her.
I purposefully did not hand over.
Oh, that's sweet.
All right. Well, you know,
Yep,
the
we go.
day
And I make a
you
mental
wasted a
note
lot of
that
daylight.
I need to, you know, I should do something about this in the future. We can't just have
Hey,
random
you guys just have about
barbaric
30 minutes.
things on the
Yeah.
roads taking
Well,
people's food.
But we have to stick to the schedule.
What exactly are you gonna
Uh,
do about
th-
it, Sir
that's-
Caleb?
Amon pulls out his little
We'll see.
planner.
Oh.
The
His little stopwatch.
schedule. Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess
he's got a
Caleb
little
wants to
have some
start
stopwatch.
nighttime
policing the
activities.
roads or something.
Did I find anything? I did say that I was going to look for some sort of, live prey for her to eat. like while Barry was doing his thing.
You can give me a survival.
Alrighty. I do have an extract that gives me a bonus, but I think I have to actually see it. So let's see what happens. I'll use the true skill instead. Alright, here comes the survival. Alright, that's pretty good.
That's a good roll. You could probably find like a rabbit very quickly.
Alright. I will
It's a snack
bring back
for the road.
I will I will bring back a rabbit, I guess, towards the end of you know, all of this goings on and say, "Ah, here you are. I'm sorry I couldn't find anything the size of that horse, but I hope that this will help." And I hand it to her.
You offer her a rabbit.
Yeah. Like I was
She
trying to
looks
look
at
for
you
something
and
bigger.
takes the rabbit in her hand. It's pretty like she can easily grab it in one of her palms.
Right.
Tiny.
But she looks at it, she kind of smiles too, like, huh. Rabbit's nice.
I'll
Yeah.
smile back at her and say, but not as nice as it was meeting someone of such stature. Uh,
Oh,
may I have
jeez.
your name before we
Give me a
part
charisma
ways?
check.
Oh, charisma. All right. But I thought flattery was bluffing. All right.
It's pretty
13.
decent. She's not difficult to influence.
Hmm.
No, being part orc, she's not the brightest, probably.
Well, I mean, she has a pretty decent amount of wisdom, but charisma not so much. She tells you that her name is Bulborka.
Bulborka?
Bulburka. It was a enchanté, Bulburka. And, I'll give her my name again and say, hopefully we will cross paths again when you are not so hungry.
Hmm. Yeah. I am glad we were able to come to an agreement and settle the situation.
Uh, yeah.
She looks at you puzzled and she asks, "You like me?"
I don't dislike you.
But the
You seem
girls,
alright.
you are willing to talk with us, and that certainly influenced our opinion of you. It is important to speak to people, to communicate.
Hmm.
What direction was she going? Towards us?
No, away from you guys.
No,
And
I mean,
she
like, is she
comments,
heading in the same... She's not going the same way we are, right?
no, she's not going the same way you guys are.
Okay.
She was heading towards, like Kintargo, sort of. Not like
Yeah.
directly there, but where it seemed like she was heading towards the road.
Hmm. I tell,
Friendly people, dangerous, and she eyes you suspiciously.
We are dangerous. This is...
I warn her, we have given you what you asked, even though you were not deserving. Let us go in peace, or you will regret it.
pay no attention to our friend. He has certain ideals that we don't all hold to ourselves. But you are free to
He
travel
talk
as you
big.
please.
I think he weak.
In some areas, perhaps, but he is strong-minded, so it is perhaps not best to tempt him into violence. We appreciate your cooperation, Bulborka, and if you go to the silver city of Kintargo, say that you are a friend of the Silver Ravens, and you will find a home there. And I'll,
Oh
tell her
God.
tell her about the coffee house, and tell Laria that Leon sent you.
Friend, no friends. Friends stupid. Not have friends. Friends bad.
Alright, what about an employer? Do you know what money is? And I'll hold up some gold pieces.
Leon just wants to
Do you
hire
want a
everyone.
job?
Also bad.
If you accept this, perhaps they could feed you very well, the sort of foods that you like. More rabbits, perhaps even bigger.
Oh, man.
She shakes her head and says, no, no.
Alright, well, you are a very hard woman to please, so I suppose I will let you think to yourself how you would like to pursue your life. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Yes, let's part if she lets us.
I'll flicker a gold piece just as a parting gift.
You flicker a gold piece, she
Caleb,
picks up, she throws
Caleb
it back.
rolls his eyes.
Just right in the forehead.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's like, oh no, stop. Mom said money bad.
Now,
Money
did
back.
she actually say mom sent money back?
Yeah.
Alright, because that's like another
Who's
insight
mom?
into her character.
I don't know.
Where is mom?
She, she's around.
Mom doesn't
I'll
feed
speak to
you?
her in.
What was that secret?
Mom doesn't feed you? You're hungry. Moms usually feed their children.
Not, not baby.
I think Leon's picking up on something, and he asks her in Orc, "Did you get kicked out of the house for being a bit rebellious?"
Hmm.
She doesn't look, it doesn't look like she understands you.
Ah, darn. I don't speak giant, so I guess I'll I'll ask her again in common, trying to express my sympathy, saying like, I know the feeling. I've burned down my rooms several times, and I spent many a night outside of my house for it.
No, she shakes her head and says, no, not kicked out, never. Just have to do things on own now.
And who told you that?
No one tell me what to do.
Except yourself, is that correct?
Apparently your mom, because mom says money is bad.
You know, sometimes we think that we are making our own decisions, but it is the influence of those that we have lived with for a long time, and we don't realize it.
What did you ask her? I kind of got
What did
lost
I
with the
ask her?
commentary.
Oh, are you asking me or Secret?
You asked her
You drew.
something, right?
Okay, I asked her if, you know, her being strong is her own idea or something that she thinks that is actually her part of her parents' ideology? Like if she's actually making her own decisions or if it's the past
She
that's influencing
says,
her.
always need to be strong. Strong means you survive.
We
Have to be strong to survive now.
you are stronger when you are with others. We are all much stronger than we would be by ourselves, and so we have survived this long. I would not be here if it wasn't for my friends, gesturing around to everybody. If you like, where are you going? Are you just wandering around, attacking people on the street, asking them for food? That doesn't seem like something a strong person would do.
If must.
You are relying on other people to provide for you, if that is what you are doing. Tell me, if there was nobody on the road, how long do you think you would survive out here?
Long enough.
For what? For you to finally come to terms with your lifestyle? Long enough to accept whatever fate should come to you? Come on, make your own way through life. Why don't you take a chance?
She says, live long enough to kill. Kill, beasts.
Beast,
Kill
you say?
strong beast.
You want to kill a strong beast?
Yes.
Ah, well, we at the moment are trying to kill the strongest beast of all. There
Oh.
is a man who rules a city with an iron fist, and we are currently trying to do away with
Send
him.
her after Thrun. Not that man, but
We,
yeah.
right. We are, and we are going to a great fortress. Some might describe that as a stone beast. Do you know of Menador Keep?
Big rock where humans are.
Yeah.
Yes. And we are going there to go into the belly of that beast and kill it. Would you like to prove your strengths?
You say help. Not know why. You say friend, but friends lie.
Hey, I like that rhyming.
Shouldn't
It's
trust
poetic.
you. But if makes strong, then maybe ask you. Beast, beast out there must kill. Can't do it alone.
Right.
Caleb's rolling his eyes again because he feels we're getting pulled into some other ploy.
Sounds very entertaining. It has been a while since I've killed a great beast.
Change mind about friend. Help kill.
Sure.
That would be nice.
Matt, do I know anything about like half giants and half orcs and their typical like becoming of age rituals, and if maybe like killing a beast is part of that?
It could be. Depends on like their their like tribe or clan or whatever.
Does the
Out
knowledge
here,
local
there's
help?
mostly giants rather than orcs. It's like deep into the hinterlands. And you think she might actually be half hill giant.
Hill
Mhm.
giant. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we should be helping with something like this, if it's some kind of like becoming of age rite or passage.
Is that something that you're voicing out loud?
Yeah.
I'll speak to you in Infernal and say, but of course,
I don't know what you're saying.
oh, I'll speak to you in Elven. But of course, uh, if we help her, and she is, as you say, a hill giant, perhaps that will ingratiate her to her clan, and maybe we could have them help assault the fortress if they are indeed hill giants in the area.
Maybe, but and I'm replying in Elven. I say it's I'm not the intellectual type, but it doesn't take a lot of brain cells to put together that this person does not belong with the hill giants and doesn't belong with the orcs. And so she's stranded in between two worlds. I know something about that, being a half elf myself.
Well,
So I
perhaps
think the
you
problem is
could.
she cannot perform the rite of passage to truly become a member of the hill giant, or and I don't think there's orcs around here, so to become part of the hill giant society. We
I
could help her,
doubt
but it may
that's.
hurt her in the long run.
I don't
You
think
make a
they're
good
that
point,
political, though.
Do you speak Elven?
Well, this could be something that she is voicing
Sure,
in
I'll sit out
character.
of this conversation. That's fine.
I'm happy to tell you about it after, but
No,
right
no,
now
it's
we're
fine.
speaking in Elven.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll tell Caleb. I see your point. However, perhaps this could be a moment of growth for you as yourself, so that you can see that by accepting the help of people that might be seen as outsiders, you, as an outsider, could find some place to belong. You don't have to
I have
choose to
found
be
that place, and it's the
ostracized.
Order of the Torrent. And by the measure
Hmm.
in the chain, we have done more than enough for this person that we should be allowed to pass as is lawful and just.
Well, as you have found acceptance in the Order of the Torrent, we could perhaps help her find her acceptance into the Hill Giants Society, and they would help us with our ultimate goal, which is restoring the order to Kintargo.
I think perhaps. I don't think we want to try and assault a fortress with a bunch of hill giants.
Well, obviously, we would be inside the fortress when this happens, and we'd use the chaos in order to assist our delving deeper to the Anvil of Unmaking. But we can discuss that along the way. Yeah. If
Yeah,
you can opt out of any sort of combat, should it come to that, uh, for assisting this woman. But I think for now, perhaps we should just let her come with us, and maybe
I don't think she
some
wants to
sort of
go
time.
with us. But
Well, we
try
will
and help her
ask
more.
her.
Do what you wish. But I think we've done more than enough. And if she's
Noted.
making more demands of us, then I will not put up with it.
Well, if she is asking for something from you specifically, you do not need to do it. But if we are willing to help her, please do not try to prevent us from helping her if we believe it will assist our long-term goals.
You're free to do as you wish.
Thank you. And I will, turn to the rest of the party and the half giant after that elongated elven conversation and say, uh, we are where we? Ah, yes. If you wish to travel with us, we will happily help you with this beast that you try to slay.
You help.
Oui, madame,
Fine.
I will help.
Then come.
Very
Okay.
well.
Let's help.
And she starts walking down the road.
Alrighty.
I hope this
Okay,
doesn't
she
get us
walks
too
ahead of
far
you.
off schedule.
We have 4 days to spare.
I
You
mean,
go
this
the rest
probably
of the
only took
day
like a couple hours at
traveling
most.
without anything impeding your travel. You
Okay.
guys rest for the night, and she rests, not in your camp, but nearby.
Right.
And the next day comes.
Hey, do we get any
Morning.
chance for nighttime activities here?
This is your nighttime activity.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do what I wanted to do because Leon
What'd you want
talked
to
me
do?
out of it. Well, I'm not gonna do it. But what I was thinking about doing was doing a non-lethal coup de grace action on her in the middle of the night and threatening her to stop doing this stuff
I
and
don't think
to
that's
just
even a
leave
thing.
us.
There's no such thing as a non-lethal
Can you
coup de
not do a
grace.
non-lethal? Oh, then it'd be a
A
lethal
coup de
grace.
grace literally is like
And I
cutting
just kill
somebody's
her,
head
but
off. It's
that
the
would be evil.
explanation of sudden death. That's what a coup de
Yeah,
that's
grace
evil.
means. Okay.
Point is I'm not doing it. I was just thinking, like, is there some way I could
How is Caleb and Freedom in the same
justify it?
party is what I can't understand. I just...
But yeah,
Because
I'm more
you can't
good
read
than
each
evil,
other's
so
minds.
I wouldn't do that.
He's fucking evil as fucking shit. Oh my god.
No, I'm not evil. It's about lawful
well-
and justness.
Well, what
Someone
does Caleb do
robbing
that
you
night?
and threatening you. No, I'm not doing anything.
She wasn't... no.
Okay, we can get into semantics later.
She was like, give me food or else I'm going to eat you. That's what she did.
Sure, but she didn't actually eat us.
Which is unlawful and unjust. Which goes against everything that Caleb believes in, being a member of the Order of the Torrent.
I believe in freedom of
I'm-
speech. Until they take action, they can say anything they want.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean, what my beliefs are, what my character's beliefs are not evil. They are playing directly in line with the Hell Knights order. So just so you're aware, that's where I'm coming from.
And
But yeah,
freedom's
I'm not
coming
gonna take
from
any
where
action.
he's standing. He's, you know, they can say anything they want, but until they take action, it's nothing wrong with spewing words.
Okay, I've never met a paladin who thought there's nothing wrong with, basically a bandit threatening people on the road to give them their stuff. But okay.
Well, paladins don't just strike people down; they talk to them.
Smite
Yay.
them with kindness.
Yeah.
Alright,
A
so
lot of paladins are built
if
around like
there's no
or like
nighttime activities,
yeah, or around like
is it
redeeming
8
people. So.
o'clock right now at night?
Oh, it's pushed it to 8 p.m. Okay, that's too
Hmm.
late. It should be Friday. Should be Friday 8 a.m. There we go.
Alright. Okay. I guess we would have set shifts. We, wake up, get started for the next day's travel, wherever that may take us.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Down the road.
Since we are all spending time together here, you would see Caleb in the morning doing his normal reckoning. What would you call it?
Ray
Meditation.
waterboards himself.
Oh, cool.
It's not torture per se.
You
But it
waterboard
could-
yourself to wake up.
It may look like that to you, but it's for focus and for discipline.
Cool.
He
I do end up
disciplines
taking a little
himself?
bit of non-lethal
Whoa.
damage that I've been kind of just assuming I heal.
That's interesting. If you want to keep doing it, sure. The reckoning was only required for your initiation.
Um, actually, I I thought that it was every morning as part of like a ritual.
I don't think so, but if that's what you want to do, then that's cool.
He's devoted.
Hell Knights
Yeah,
are
that's fine
assumed
with
to
me.
police their own thoughts and perform reckonings as necessary.
As
If a
necessary,
Hell Knight
gotcha.
doesn't perform regular reckonings as part of her scheduled meditations, she doesn't lose any abilities or suffer negative effects. However, she might be censured by her fellow Hell Knights if they learn of this dereliction.
Oh,
Gotcha.
So I think it may not be daily, but I'm supposed to do it as I see necessary. So I
Mm-hmm.
would do it at least once a week.
That's fine.
Minor
That's very in character and
non-lethal damage
flavorful.
in the morning. So you
Yeah.
would see me do it the next morning because I feel like I need to focus and discipline
Yeah,
myself
like you're
for
like
what happened the
yeah.
previous day.
frustrated about it, so you're like, I need to like refocus on my
Yep.
duties.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna pair some spells.
Wait, what the heck? So, yeah, around like halfway then in the day, she starts to go off the road and she tells you, "Beast this way."
all right. How far?
I don't know if she knows distances, but
She might tell us time, maybe.
Yeah,
Is it gonna take the rest of the day?
does-
She shakes her head, says, "No, lots of light."
Okay.
all
okay,
right.
not too far.
I'll follow and I'll, get a couple of extracts ready, asking her like if the beast has claws or bite.
She slowly shakes her head and she grips her great axe and says, "No,
Can it fly?
no,
Hmm.
has hooves like horse."
Oh,
Is it?
Mm,
Does
Is
it?
it the
Horns.
Sandpoint Devil?
I know, right?
We're a long ways from Sandpoint.
you know about that.
Has
Yeah.
horns and hooves and breathes death.
Uh, do I think this might be like a devil of some sort, maybe?
Does it
Roll
You're not
not
sure.
fly?
Her
Oh,
description
okay.
is very vague.
It's too vague. All right, that's fair.
Does it
All right,
fly?
No, she shakes her head.
Okay, that's good.
Mm-hmm. I know what spells I'm preparing then.
Fly?
Yep.
It can't
Where
fly?
is
Oh,
my
but I
token?
can.
This is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
It won't give me my token.
How does one self rest so that you get access to spells again?
You don't.
Oh, shucks.
But if you go
You
into
ask the
preparation
GM.
mode, you just fix them there by clicking a few buttons. And...
Okay.
No, you
Guess I
ask
can
the
do that.
GM to give you night's rest.
There we
Alright,
go. Okay,
I-
finally.
But the other way, I can just uncheck stuff manually.
Yeah. If you're just itching to get it done, then yeah, you could just do it yourself, but it's more manual.
Alright, no worries.
Okay.
We should recruit her. send her to Katargo.
I mean, Leon tried to
Up to you.
hire her
You
already.
did. But we
might
should
be
keep
able to
working on
recruit.
it. Yeah. We need a giant among our ranks. We gotta represent like all colors of the rainbow.
Yeah.
It could be a big help.
Ooh, I see what you did there.
Or it
Alright,
could be
well,
a
she
big
takes you
hindrance.
into the hinterlands, and
All
I'll
right.
open up this map for you guys.
If I offered her a an extract, telling her that it'll help in fighting the beast, does she accept it?
She asks you, what this?
You don't have a grid
It
yet.
will.
That might be why you were having a problem. Oh, okay, you got it.
Yeah, it's gridded
I
now.
tell her.
Cool.
I tell her that it'll enable her to withstand more of the beast's blows. Telling her
This
that it'll
landscape
make her stronger.
reminds me of Rohan.
Yeah. It doesn't look like she has a lot of armor, right?
No, not really. But her
Okay.
like her skin looks almost more like hide than
She has,
anything else.
yeah,
Like she has a
half giant, half
natural
orc.
armor.
It's the hill
Gotcha.
giant, actually.
Yeah, the hill giant. It's the hill giant in her. She looks skeptically at your thing.
Mm-hmm.
But she takes it.
All right. Does she? I am encouraging her to drink it. Does she?
She does.
Okay.
Joke's on her, it was poison.
Yeah, I know, right?
We run away.
Laughing the whole time.
What was it again?
Wow.
Ablative barrier. So the first 5 points that she takes of any damage will be, or hit point damage will be converted to non-lethal, up to 50.
Okay. Sounds like stone skin.
Stone Skin gives you DR10 adamantine, but oh yeah, I see what you mean, like how it negates a certain amount of damage up to a certain point. Yeah, as far as like the pool of damage that she can absorb, it works like Stone Skin.
Yeah, it doesn't actually help you fight longer, like, but it does
Woo.
keep you from dying, so that's kind of nice.
Hello.
Yeah, that's already gonna grab her. Put her on the thing. There she is. Alright, so yeah, you guys arrive here, and in the distance, you can see two large statues.
Huh.
And they look like they're statues of giants, but they're in poses that look like very realistic.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And she like, Bulborka moves up and she roars and she yells, "Come out!"
Oh boy, I'm drinking
And something
stuff.
does show up.
All right.
Because this is its home.
Yeah, it's Got a gaze, probably? I,
Very
I,
likely.
uh, I avert my gaze from whatever might be coming out, because, I don't
Where
know,
is it?
seems like the right thing to do.
Right. Well, she did say its breath was deadly, so hopefully it's just the breath.
Oh, the breath, oh, okay.
There
Well,
we
I'm
there.
still averting my gaze,
Before
because
we
I'm...
come up here, I'm going to put
Right.
heroism on myself.
Oh, wait, she said hooves. I was thinking Drake, but
Barry casts
Drakes don't have hooves.
Iron Skin. I know what this creature is, or at least I think I know,
Oh, do you?
if I
Guess we'll
remember
see.
correctly.
So over to the north, on like this direction here.
Okay.
This it walks into sight, and yeah, what you guys see is a taurine creature, and it looks like a massive bull, but it looks almost
Oh.
metallic in appearance.
Oh, this.
And there's
Yep.
this like noxious green smoke that like comes out of its nostrils and mouth as it snorts.
This brings me back to a
Oh my.
treasure.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Pescadio.
Someone should have
But yeah,
listened to Caleb.
she takes her great axe, and you guys can all roll initiatives.
Oh, this is easy.
Alright.
We still help her.
Alright, here we go.
We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, Caleb's not obligated to.
Yeah, you're not obligated to help.
Ooh, good initiative.
Look at that, we're
for
ready.
everybody.
Yeah. Everybody but Caleb. See, Caleb, he's not into it. His heart's
Yeah,
not
I'm
into
not. I'm not into it. Yeah.
it.
Why should I risk my life?
Well, it's a sensible decision.
Wonder if this is like her mom and dad or something.
Oh.
That's sad.
Damn, make us all cry. Way to go.
Like if you cry every
Like
time.
if you cry every time, yeah.
Alright, we're up
God.
at the top with Amon.
Okay, I think we're like, oh yeah, I got the right spot. I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna activate tribal cooperation and put that on everyone,
Nicely done.
including the giant. So now I can telepathically harass her. I won't, but I can. It's just a power move. Alright, that's my move.
Do you want to try to identify the
Okay.
creature?
Barry.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could, but nah, whatever. Next round, maybe.
Barry will cast Fly on himself, and he will try to identify this creature if there's a knowledge that he has.
You'll have to roll a knowledge arcana.
Ooh, nice roll. 17 on the.
Alright. This is a rare but not unheard of kind of creature around the Kintargan winterland or hinterlands. This is colloquially referred to as a gorgon.
Mhm.
Let's see. So what do you want to know about it?
Everything. No, I'm just
I'll
joking.
give you two. I'll give you two questions.
Weakness.
It has no
And
outstanding weaknesses.
great. And how the stone.
Although its weakest save is its reflex.
I'll throw the second question out there because I really don't know. Um, I guess how long it takes for the like petrification to work or start.
So you know that it has a potent breath weapon that can petrify those who are caught within it. If you succumb to the breath weapon, you are immediately petrified. The petrification is temporary. Mechanically, each round you can attempt a new save, but if you are exposed a second time while petrified, then it becomes permanent.
Okay. He will relay that. He says, "Don't get caught in its breath."
Oh. Oh my.
This is where I wish I was playing Kane. You get a rangefinder in this shit.
Well, you still do have one, and if things work out, maybe nobody will need to actually approach it.
Is that your turn?
Maybe.
Yep.
All right, Freedom.
Oh, he takes off into the sky. He casts fly on himself, so he gets up in the air.
All right, you do that.
Okay. Cool. Well, I see that she's up there, and that's concerning. And we're all like bunched up, and he's sitting here talking about breath weapons. Yeah. I don't fly, so I'll walk. Tokens are locked. Okay. 5, 10, 20. I think I'm gonna total defense.
Okay.
Aw, damn it.
On
It's
its
higher.
turn.
Um, that shouldn't be on me. I'll take that off. Okay, there we go.
It is going to move 30 feet down, and it is going to take a breath.
No.
Yeah, well, better than me than all of you guys. All of us, I guess.
You say that, but
It's got like a really long range, probably.
Oh man, if it's like
I was
60
60
feet.
hoping.
feet.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
Okay.
You
Caleb
put me
is just
exactly where I wanted
outside
to
it.
be.
Oh, that's
Well,
funny.
you said that you were like
Because-
kind of iffy about
Well,
this.
I don't want any part of this fight, but I feel like I'm gonna get pulled into it now.
All right.
Because it's not right that
Everybody
my
make a
companions
fortitude
get
save.
turned to stone, so I better save
Even
them.
me being up in the air.
How far up in the air are you? Because this is a
You can't
60-foot
get high
cone.
enough up in the air to avoid it
Oh,
yet.
it's a cone.
I'm gonna use my 1 a day improved great fortitude here to reroll that.
That's good.
All right. I like that a lot better.
You can only go up at half speed, and fly gives you a
Okay.
fly speed of what, like 40 or something feet?
It's not a poison effect. No.
60 feet,
All
but
right.
it's 40 if you're encumbered
I don't think I have any
Okay.
bonuses.
or like wearing
just
medium armor or
So
something.
if you're wearing light armor or no armor, you could go up at 30 feet in one round, which is still within the 60-foot cone. Barely.
We,
I probably fail, but fortunately everybody else rolled pretty good.
No, that was a totally different game that we have stone solve. Dang it.
Oh no. She got a 1.
Well, at least there's still
I mean, at
another
least she has to
chance
fail
for it.
twice. better than us, is what I'm thinking.
That's fair.
Okay, so this is 1d4 plus 1.
Oof. It's that many rounds? Okay.
Yep.
Mended. Unless it's actually 3.
Oh no, that's the other thing. Okay,
That's how long it has before it can do it again, probably.
yeah.
Oof.
Okay, so it's just you are petrified until you make a save.
Oh god. So you have to actually break out of it.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's why it's temporary.
Well, okie dokie.
But okay, let's see. So she failed. Freedom, you save. Leon, unfortunately, you do not save. Barry, you
Alright.
save,
Wait, with the
and Amon, you
24?
save.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, Leon did not save with a 13.
I thought you said Amon didn't save.
Amon saved.
Okay.
I would have failed if I hadn't re-rolled, I'm pretty sure, though.
Yeah, I
Leon,
think
you
he
can
said you
make a
didn't save when he
fortitude
looked at your
save,
first
I
roll, and then he
believe.
said
No,
you
no.
saved when he looked
So
at the
next
high
round,
roll.
you can make a fortitude save.
Oh, next round I can. Alright.
Yeah.
Can I still take a mental action? Like, since I have tribal cooperation? Or am I just,
Yes.
Alright.
Petrification is just petrification. You can take mental actions, I suppose.
Okay.
You can talk
Then,
to us in your mind.
alright. Then I will try to, think out loud to the people. Try to spread out, divert its
Guys,
attention.
I'm so stoned right now.
Yeah, like, he tries
Oh
to,
no.
yeah, say, like, try to get on either side of it. So it doesn't breathe, so it doesn't want to breathe, in this direction again.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Yeah, Caleb, it's your turn.
What kind of armor do I have on? Do. Where is my armor? It's like a chain shirt. Okay, great.
Caleb's just thinking, like, should I join the battle? What armor am I wearing?
I want to see how far up I can go. I know that Freedom has some kind of defensive aura stuff usually, so I'm gonna move up, and I'll go 30 feet up here, and then I'll ready in action to attack the creature
Spread
if
out
it gets
proceeds to move
within
adjacent to
range.
somebody.
Alright, she's petrified.
Baller move.
Amon, it's your turn.
Well, if you notice, there's kind of this funnel here. Unless I'm gonna go rock climbing, I don't really have many options.
No, it was just funny.
So I can't do this for the people that are petrified, but I'm going to cast haste on everyone.
Yay.
Wait, you can't cast haste on Leon?
No, because he's a statue. Um,
Oh, huh. Has to be
and I'm
target
gonna,
living creature.
He's an object now, I guess.
yeah.
Oh, I guess maybe then I wouldn't have been able to give any sort of directions, but I guess we'll see.
I think you can take. No. When you're. Well.
Yeah, that's weird. But
When
okay.
you're petrified, you can
I got
take
it.
mental
Still technically-
actions, but when you're stone, you can't. So, I don't. Are you stone?
No, he's petrified.
Oh,
he,
then
he still
you
needs
should be
to
able to
fail
take
one more
mental
time
actions.
to become.
You should be able to target
Yeah.
him with haste. Because he's
If I
not
fail again,
turned to
then
stone,
I
he's just
become stone.
petrified.
Yeah, you're still a person. Yeah. You're still a
Once you
person,
become stone, you're
Leon!
no longer a person. You're dead to us.
Alright, well then, here you go. Alright, that's my turn.
Well, I very well may be. Next turn, we'll see.
Alright, Barry.
Barry will go farther up into there now that he's faster. And he's gonna cast freedom of movement on himself.
Okay.
Nice.
He'll start going above it, like going towards it. So it'll
Okay.
ascend that way. He goes right there.
Alright, Freedom.
Alright.
Okay. I will move and
Yeah, I probably should have studied this thing instead of readying in action, but oh well. I have the giant studied still, for the record.
Oh,
Oh wait, no, that was
Alright,
yesterday,
you move
wasn't it?
there.
I didn't restudy today.
and I'm gonna activate. Do I want to do that? Huh. I'm gonna cast a spell
Oh my god.
on her.
Ba-da-da-ba-ba.
Wait, I can't, because I can't reach her.
Balboa?
Fuck.
You're hasted. You can move
Oh, yeah!
so you might.
You are, indeed. That's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
super useful in this situation.
I'll come up. I'll move up to her. I'll hastily move up to her, and I will cast Bull Strength on her.
Okay.
And I will tell her, this is your fight too. Be strong.
Well, she's petrified.
Oh, is she petrified? Oh, she failed.
She is.
Oh,
She
then
rolled
I'll
a
just
one.
put it on
But
But you know what's
myself.
funny is, I think is rage a mental action?
It's a
Yes.
free action.
It is just a mental on-off switch. You just mentally
Because
get
I think
mad.
she can then rage, yeah, to try and improve her
Because
save.
it's an emotion,
Yeah.
Well, if I have haste, so that was 20. Double. 40. Okay, wait, where was I? I was here. So that would be.
If you get up on either its immediate right or left, it would not be able to get everybody in one fell breath again.
Yeah, I mean, Rage is an extraordinary ability that can be activated as a free action, doesn't require any, physical action or anything, so it should work.
Alright, that's cool. Yeah, I think she can, rage while petrified.
I'm gonna move up to here. That's my haste movement. I don't really want to provoke. I will though. I'll go ahead and activate my divine armor and start glowing like a mofo.
Alright, you do. On its turn, it's going to, yeah, you're closest to it, Freedom. It's going to attack you.
Oh, I think I already have that built into my stats.
Does it say where it is an attack, or does it move up?
Let's see, it has to 5-foot move. It doesn't have a
Interesting.
whole lot of reach.
Yeah, I didn't think it would. Looks like
I note that it didn't seem to reach Freedom without moving up.
But it's gonna full around you, Freedom. It's gonna try and gore you, and it kind of rears up as well and has 2 hooves that try to hit you.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
You avoid the hooves, but you take the gore.
Oh no, not the horns! Ugh!
Ouchies.
Not too bad.
Yeah, at least it didn't hit as hard as that golem.
Leon.
Alright, here come the fortitude.
Oh, that's right. The fortitude, she has to roll it too. So she's gonna
Hey.
rage.
Yeah, rage.
I feel like this creature should be called Bull Borka. It's a better name, because it looks like a bull.
Alright, there, yeah, she saves.
Nicely done. Bald bull.
Well, maybe it was just, destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, there's orc
Okay,
in the
so-
name. I get it.
So, Leon, you remain petrified, But she
Alright.
angrily rages and breaks free.
Heck yeah.
Now let me see if that's a full round. I don't think it is, no. Oh, and it doesn't happen on her turn. It happens on the Gorgon's turn because it's a round. Alright, so she has her turn when it comes to it, and you don't.
Okay.
Caleb.
I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm going to smite chaos on this creature Gorgon thing. I don't know if it's chaotic, but I don't think I'm fighting anything else this scary today. And then that's a
Okay.
swift action. And then I'm gonna move up behind this thing like
Well, I won't tease you. You use
so.
your Smite Chaos, and you can tell that it's not going to give you the bonuses.
Okay. So I move into its
It is
threatened
not
area.
chaotic. Mm-hmm.
And now I should have studied it last round, but I'm just gonna take a single attack action on it without studying. I kind of
You get
forgot I
that
need to
sneak
study.
attack though.
But yeah, at least if I hit, get a sneak attack on this single attack. How do I have haste on me? Yes, okay. I'm gonna power attack it, because rar. I rolled a 2.
Oh, you miss.
Oof.
I probably would have missed even if I studied, so that's fine. That's my turn.
All right, on her turn, she raises her great axe and she charges.
She does the barbarian thing.
Yep. And let's see. She's gonna charge, and she's also gonna declare this a mighty swing.
Ha ha.
So that's plus 2 more damage, I think. Oh yeah, she hit it.
Oof.
She raging. The
She
raging
has pretty
Cajun.
high to hit, yeah. Charge
Well,
plus
she has
rage.
charge and plus 4 strength.
Still,
Her natural strength is 24.
that's pretty high.
I was gonna
She's
give her
half giant.
more.
And she's wielding a large great axe, right? Like large size
No,
great axe.
it's a normal. It's a medium-sized great axe.
Okay.
Yeah, here goes her damage. Alright, she hit it back
Nice.
for a good amount.
Has
That's her
been
turn.
wounded.
A Maun.
Okay. I don't know if the Wingardium Leviosa is going to be right on this, but I'm going to
Oh.
cast Sense Vitals on Freedom.
Oh, cool. I see
Here
what
you
you're doing
go.
with that spell.
Get some precision damage that may or may not be configured correctly.
Oh.
And that's my turn.
Alright, Barry.
Barry's gonna cast a spell. He's gonna cast Bone Shaker on this thing.
Okay,
Nice.
go ahead and target it. Oh, it rolled a 1.
Oh, nice.
Wow, it only failed on a 1, and it rolled it.
Yeah. Hey, it happens.
Oh, you had yourself targeted still.
Nice. It's already into heavy. Good job.
Whoops. I'll take myself off. For some reason, I don't know why I always target myself.
Oh, okay, Barry's into heavy, not the bull.
It's hard to tell,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you see the white ring around yourself, that's something I always just have to check for before I roll things.
You can also
Sorry,
see it on
I
the
cleared
combat
that.
tracker. It says your target's under your
Yeah.
name.
Okay, cool. Is that your turn?
He actually is gonna start making his way back to
It
Leon.
has fatigued or something too, right?
Yeah, it's I'll put it. Oh, right now. Let me.
You have yourself targeted too.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't have the status put into it yet, so it shouldn't be just me. Just give me a sec. Movement slows down. It doesn't. Oh, I can move the target up to 5 feet, but I'm not going to.
Okay, freedom.
Okay. Well, now that I'm here and damage 2d6%. What?
Yeah, because you have sense vitals on now. I don't know if I did the code right. I have no idea.
I have no idea if that's gonna
Find
work.
out together.
Yeah. Okay, I'll full round. I will smite it. Is it evil?
It is not evil.
Okay, there goes my smite. Dun 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 dun. Alright, I got 2 more though, so it's fine. And I'm gonna have the heavy mace out for this. Oh, also I am hasted, right? Yeah, so I get 3 attacks. Okay, so we'll roll it this way.
Aha.
Yeah, that one that's fatigued is bone shatter. That's
Okay,
the 5th
so
level
one-
Oh,
version.
okay.
Oh, don't.
It
Once
did
I get
it!
5th level
Hey,
spells.
look, it did it right.
Oh wow,
I'm
that's
a
insane.
wizard.
Woo!
You are a
Hey,
wizard.
you did it.
My winged
Min
guardian
damage!
Leviosa was correct.
And then Amon helped.
Yeah, I helped. I actually
More than
contributed more
I
of that
did.
damage with the
Yeah.
spell.
Alright,
Yeah.
on its turn.
Oh, can you approve my movement?
Sure. Alright, so it's going to move. Caleb, you can take an attack of opportunity on it, but its movement is going to take it through.
Can no one else take an AOO?
Well, here's the thing.
We'll get
Its
the
movement is
choice.
going to take it,
It's an overrun.
yeah, through Bulborka, Freedom, and
Ah.
Amon, because yeah, it's trying to trample you. So if you take the attack of opportunity, you do so at a -4, and you will take this damage. If you forego the attack of opportunity, you get a reflex save to try and negate the trample.
I'll do the reflex save. I don't think I'll
Huh.
cast it.
That's weird, because like it's not going through me, even though I'm adjacent. It can affect me
No,
like
not-
that.
If you
Not-
read
not
Overrun
for
you.
you.
rules,
You
No.
just get
Okay. I
you
just
get
get the
an
AOO for free.
opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying all that other stuff applied to me. That's why I was confused. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
Overrun rules has
I really wish I
2
studied it now.
options. You can either stay in its way and take the opportunity and then get hurt more, or reflex out of the way. Which I don't think you
hit
get an
it.
attack of opportunity.
You do.
Correct. That's what I just did.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Well, Orca's
reflex
gonna try to hit it.
out of the way because it's in my way. Right?
I get some sneak attack dice on that too, right? Unless it's immune,
Mhm.
but it wasn't to secrets.
Mm-mm.
That's
Aww.
So some
I
extra
get
sneak
ran
attack
over.
dice.
Damn it.
And she misses. Yep, it's going to trample. Trample, 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 trample. So, Bulborka, Freedom, and Amon, you guys are going to take this damage. "23 points of damage as it stampedes its way through you."
5 of that damage is converted to non-lethal for Bulborka.
Okay.
we have to manually put the damage ourselves in, huh?
23.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they configured it for whatchamacallit.
Yeah,
They didn't
Why
it's all
is
configure
my
it
good.
in the
health
sheet.
the way it is? I don't think that's right.
You took damage from it goring you earlier.
How much though?
19. Like, that's correct.
Oh,
23 plus 19
it's
is
a lot.
30, 40, 42. Yeah. Probably should lay on hands next round.
Probably.
Also, I guess I probably have to. That's the downside.
So
I
yeah,
can't. I don't have a
it
way
turns
to.
around,
You know
snorting
what
at
I
you
need?
guys.
I need 2 effects. I need one that just tracks the duration of Sun's vitals, and one that I put on for to apply the damage.
While it's still its turn, Leon, go ahead and roll a fortitude save.
All right. Hey,
You save, you're not petrified anymore, and it's your turn.
cool. All right. So, like, how high up is this creature on this ledge right here?
From you, there's a 5-foot difference.
Okay, so I can move forward my speed, which I'm still hasted. So I'll move 40 feet. So I can get, well, actually I can move 50. So I'll move just a little bit closer, 10 more feet. That way I'm within 20 feet of it. And I'll knowledge it real quick, just to see if I get any more info on. And I'm wanting to know if it is immune to fire. I mean, it's not going to change my plan, but
No, it isn't resistant to any kind of energy type.
okay, hot damn, here we go.
I'm gonna give it partial cover though, since you're shooting at it from
Okay,
below the rocks.
all right.
Go ahead and roll.
All right. Oh, all right. I hit its touch.
Yeah, that should hit its touch, even with
Oh,
the +2 from partial.
damn. And does that partial cover the reflex save? Does that bonus also apply to its partial cover, or was that a fantasy grounds thing?
It's in there. It's fine.
Okay. I was just wondering if that would apply since it's not like an AoE thing, it's something that's actually hitting it like a projectile, not like a fireball or
No, it's
something.
fine.
Okay, then here comes the damage. Uh, I guess it shouldn't be
Yeah, it
half
doesn't know
damage.
not to do it because it's yours is configured as a spell.
Alright, so it may not be stuck to the ground, but it's still entangled for this many rounds.
Yeah. Okay. Caleb.
Okay, yeah, this is tough.
Alright, I'll tell everyone to
If
disperse, because it might do a breath weapon, since everyone's all
yeah,
gathered.
I'm just thinking where I can get to. I can't really get where I want to go. So ideally, I'd want to get kind of behind it. I think I want to go to around here and study it. Because the problem is if I go right up next to it, I think it'll be able to like hit everyone with a breath attack. I'm hoping here it can't.
Okay.
I don't think the bull is actually entangled at all,
Is
judging
the
by the
bull
description.
fatigued from that bone shatter? Did that ever get resolved?
It doesn't fatigue.
Okay, that's bone or bone shaker, not bone shatter. Does it not bone shaker?
Yeah. Don't
Okay.
shake your mates it to where if they fell, you can move them 5 feet. But you guys were flanking it, so I didn't move it.
Yeah. All good. Okay. This is my turn. I'm ready next turn to slash it, but yeah, it's gonna get another breath off. Like maybe I could have just gone for the kill, but it felt risky.
Okay.
Plus, I want Bulborka to get the kill.
Well, she can't. Unfortunately, she can't charge.
What?
The shortest distance is through Amon, and she can't charge through him. But she will move up.
I mean, is he really an ally though?
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
But
I mean,
Borka needs to spec into
even if
dragon
I'm not,
style.
you can't. Yeah, you can't charge through enemies either.
Yeah.
She needs to spec
She needs
into
dragon
dragon
style,
style.
yeah.
Yeah.
My monk has
But she
that
has
in.
fast movement.
I
It's
had
pretty
I
cool.
had a
Oh,
She
she
can
just
move up
moves
and
up.
so
attack.
when I was running Giant Slayer for Matt and Drew in person, I had a half orc or half giant monk as their like companion, and he was doing
Yeah,
dragon
Yeah,
style.
he
I
was
like
cool.
dragon style, especially like the thing where it
Thanks.
lets you do like two-handed damage with your unarmed strike. Though that's probably the
Yeah.
best part of it. But the charging's pretty cool too.
Well, it's also strength. Like you buff you're basically doing like strength and a half with your
Yeah,
strikes.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like two-handed
Hey, she brought
strikes,
her down.
basically.
Way to
Yeah.
go, Bulbark.
Hey, she did it. Good job. That's who we wanted to
You're
get the
over
killing
there.
blow anyway.
Whew.
There you go. See, that wasn't too hard for you guys.
Nah.
No, its breath is scary, but
We still have
fortunately it's
stone
forgiving
statues.
enough. Oh
Yep.
god,
Alright, I'll
that's
see
right.
you guys out of initiative. Yeah, once she brings it down, uh, she doesn't stop her rage until she's like she keeps repeatedly like bringing the blade of the axe like into its neck, and she's hewing away at it.
Right.
Yeah, she has
I
some
let her.
backstory with this thing. She's got to get out her, work out through her issues.
Well, she's
Yeah.
going for the neck. It's probably she wants to take the head.
Well, she's making sure that yeah, the head is off this creature.
Yeah, I let her do her thing.
There you go, tokens are unlocked. Alright, well, eventually she does get the head off. And she uses her massive strength to lift the head up, and she looks it in its eyes, which are still like still lively and red.
Hmm.
And then she like brings the
How's
head over to like this little over the rocks and haphazardly hucks it.
I dodge? Like, ugh. Uh,
I'll be right back.
scramble on up
Hmm.
and uh, and congratulate everybody on their on the battle. Uh, I
Yes.
I go to Bulborka and ask her, do you know those two? And I point towards the statues.
She says, "Yes, family."
Uh,
And
ah,
she's dragging the Gorgon with her.
okay. Are you able to bring them back?
She says, "Shh," and she takes like the blood of the creature and she's like smearing it
Mm-hmm.
over them.
Ah,
Oh.
And
I watch
she's
intently.
waiting expectantly.
Yeah. I wait.
and she goes back for more blood, and she wipes more blood on them.
Um, do I know with my knowledge arcana check, like if this will actually work? Because I think I only asked one question, like if it was immune to fire, but then again, that may not have been a high enough roll to ask two questions.
You don't think so. You know that basilisks work like this.
Right. I had a feeling, like I knew it was either
But
a
a Gorgon's
basilisk or
petrification is
cockatrice.
permanent.
Ooh.
Break enchantment would work, or like stone to skin, but I don't think we have those, or at least I don't.
Break enchantment. Oh, damn. I'm afraid that's out of Barry's range. It's out of all of our ranges.
And after a while, like, yeah, nothing's happening, and she's stamping her foot and uh, like shaking like the carcass of the Gorgon, and
Mm-hmm.
she's yelling, "Why you no work?"
Oof. I'll tell Amon. I'll tell Freedom, what's going on, at, knowing what she's trying to do. I'm sure Amon probably knows.
Freedom has no clue.
Hmm.
Yeah. I I ask Freedom, like, if he wants to be the one to break the news to her.
What news? Is this not gonna work?
That no, like I tell you, I think that she might be trying to do what a remedy that you'd use for basilisks with their petrification. You wipe the blood on the afflicted person, and then it heals them. But with this, I'm afraid it is they are more for all intents and purposes, unless we purchase a very powerful scroll.
Um, then yes, I will tell her.
Make sure you heal yourself before breaking the news. She might not take it so well.
All right, as
Um,
you approach her, she's shaking the Gorgon corpse, and she's decided to throw it, like dash it upon the rocks, and she yells, "Give them back!"
all right, I will come up to her, approach her, and tell her that um, all hope is not lost. They can be restored to their former selves, but it may take time. Unfortunately, we don't have the means to do anything about it right now. But if you remain strong, you will learn the way. What the fuck? Did my headphones die? God damn it.
No, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, you haven't
Yeah,
said
heard
anything.
everything.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
Secret can hear us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure. Okay.
There's just awkward
Yeah,
silence.
you speak to her. She listens and understands as best she can.
Yeah,
But oh yeah, what was that?
I'll roll diplomacy if that helps, please. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a 30 is really good.
My
And your
words are not as
are
suave as freedom,
reassuring.
so.
All right, as she listens, yeah, she understands that this isn't going to work. Um, And rather than break down and cry, she she uh she continues to like carve up the thing with her axe, and she mumbles to herself, "Get stronger.
Yeah.
Must get stronger."
So I feel bad just leaving her with some statues and not being able to do anything about it, but I guess it's not really our problem.
But I'll whisper to Freedom. Perhaps she could be convinced to travel with us, as I'm sure that we will be getting in a pinch, and that will give her some practice to swing our axe, perhaps, and get stronger.
That's true. Come with us. We will help you get stronger and see if we can find ways to restore these two. Mark this location on our map so that we can remember to come here.
And fast travel.
Fast travel.
Hey,
Just click on the
teleport,
marker.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I have a scroll
This
of
is
teleport.
nice.
She looks to you all and she says, "You strong. Don't think need me."
But we want you.
There are two different feelings. You know the distinction between need and want, right?
You
If
want
not,
me?
perhaps you will. Oui, madame. Or mademoiselle.
You just
Barry will
call the
say,
Your
giant madame.
family
we're
need me.
Hmm.
Need find cure. Get
That is what
stronger.
that is what we are going to do. By getting stronger, it is
Together.
possible that we will be finding a cure. Oui, together.
Together forever.
Together again.
She is conflicted.
Maybe she wants to take this journey on her own. I will not stop her, but you are welcome to join us.
Yeah. And if we're level 9 by the time we swing back, we'll do that thing.
Do that thing.
you don't even need to be level 9. What are you talking about? I get at 5th level.
Oh.
But-
Oh, level 9. Yeah, that's level 9. I was thinking level 9. Sorry.
Oh
I was like,
god, yeah. I don't think we get that high in this AP, but yeah.
Yeah.
When we're level 20, we'll stop on by. Well, yeah, I mean, does Bulborka, does she seem like she is not swayed by freedoms in my, verbal interaction?
It seems like her attitude towards you is as best as it can be right now.
Okay,
That
that's
she's
satisfactory.
helpful and friendly towards you, but she expresses as eloquently as she can that um, that her family needs her right now, and that she is going to find a way to get stronger and to cure them, and that she remembers you said you were going towards the keep,
Hmm.
yes.
and she says that she doesn't want to involve herself in that business, but she
That's
thanks you
probably fine.
for helping her.
It's probably smart of her, actually.
Right. I mean, I figured that it would probably like be a little bit more detrimental to us as far as like our cover story, but you wanted to give her the option. But I figure this is a good outcome, her staying here
Well, we
until
will
we
remember
get
you,
the.
friend.
But of course, Bobolka, you can call us. I mean, we are friends. Yeah. I look towards Caleb in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
I look like I'm rolling my eyes again, which has been most
Alright.
of our interaction with this person. But I'm glad
Right.
that it's. I'm glad how things have gone, even
With
though
a
I've been
gesture
annoyed
towards
about it a
Caleb,
lot of the
she
time.
says, "He not so bad, but not that strong."
He's had a hard knock life.
Mhm. All right. Well, we wish you a bon voyage. Well, I guess to us it is the bon voyage, Moscow. But as Freedom said, we will be swinging by once we have the ability to restore your parents.
And swing by, I guess. I guess we already have teleport, right? Or no?
Yeah.
I have a scroll of teleport. I don't have the spell yet.
Hmm.
We'll be able to move around once.
Uh,
Yeah.
is create food an orison or is that a level 1 spell?
It's a little.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I
he
assume you
probably
guys depart.
he prepare. He'll cast create food again.
Yeah, I'm like
Since
three levels away from being able
I'll
to
eat some of
actually
the food.
cast teleport, like from a normal spell list. But I do have a scroll of
I
it.
can give you
But
guys experience.
if I needed to move myself and like
cool.
2 other people in an emergency with teleport, I could use the scroll.
Take
But it's
them
definitely like an
first.
emergency kind of thing because I couldn't take everyone with us.
Hmm.
Okay.
Unless we'd taken the Gorgon with us and like petrified a bunch of people, and then I could take them as objects using
Oh.
Anthaul. And then I could teleport
is
the whole party.
Yeah.
is the Gorgon made of like meat and bone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Its hide just, for some reason, it has a metallic hide.
Okay. I'll tell Borka, perhaps you can eat some of that. That should tide you over for a while. If you eat its flesh, you may gain some of its strength.
Yes. Angry at it now, hungry later.
I laugh and nod and light a cigarette, and I guess we'll all just share a meal together.
You and your smoking.
no, it's kind
Ah,
of actually it's what a lot of Bavarians believe, or people like that believe, is what you kill and eat
well,
makes you stronger.
yeah, Freedom was complaining about my smoking.
Oh, that yeah.
Uh,
Hey, you never know.
uh,
Leon might have smoke breath for a while. He might have
I'm pretty
a
sure he
breath attack
has
eventually.
permanent smoke breath.
You might get a breath attack though.
I'll,
You never know.
I'll,
Ash breath.
yeah, I'll, I'll take one long drag to, bring it all the way down
His
to
breath
my
is always
Oh my
fingers.
god.
At
smelled
least he
of
doesn't have
cigars.
like he doesn't have
But
like
I let it out downwind.
the old. He hasn't got to when he's older. He's gonna have like old man smoker voice, you know.
Oh. I already have the rasp voice.
Yeah.
Nah, I plan on getting that. Well, I guess if cigarettes don't count as poison, then yes, I will be in trouble. But
No.
I'm counting on getting that poison resistance before the
But
big C
let's
kicks
see.
in.
You guys will head back on the road, I'm guessing, and part ways with her.
Yeah.
Were you gonna give us XP?
I did, but not until the end of the
Oh,
session.
did you? Oh, okay. I was gonna say I didn't see the number go
It's
up. Okay.
marked down, but yeah. You
I
guys
see.
defeated a Gorgon with the advanced template.
I'm just saying the number is 2371.
Yeah, you're not gonna hit it tonight.
Ah.
You're probably gonna hit it through Minotaur Keep, which I'm actually going to bring us to. That was the one
Is it
encounter that
Minotaur,
I
like
decided
the
to
creature?
script. No, Minotaur.
Minotaur. Okay.
Door.
All right. Well, I wish her luck on her journey, and that we
Maybe you'll
did
see
the
her
best
again.
that we can.
Yep.
Maybe we'll see her on the way back.
Oh.
Maybe.
With all our shiny
I
spoils
say under
from
my
the
breath,
keep.
I hope not.
So you make it to Saturday.
I give Caleb
or
a
Star Day,
blindfold.
and you continue on towards
Yay.
Sunday, which is still literally Sunday. Sunday.
Sunday, bloody Sunday.
Sunday.
Can you hit the
And
overrides?
on Sunday,
Oh, we
sure.
probably get healed up too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have
Channels.
On Sunday,
Yeah.
there actually is an inn that you guys travel through.
Huh.
So you guys can have a night of
Interesting.
staying in actual beds at a minimal
Oh,
cost.
nice. Do they have a stable there for our
Yeah, they do.
horses?
I think we will enjoy
Excellent.
that.
Har 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 har. Yeah, I guess we'll thank them, and I'll talk to anybody who asks where we're coming from, just kind of giving them our cover story. That we're merchants and we're going
Yep,
up to
it's
Minotaur
called
Keep.
the Oak Rib Inn.
Oak Rib.
And it's kind of at the mouth of what is known as the Minotaur Gap. So you guys are getting into the mountains now.
Oh, I just realized, Leon, I give you the idea that perhaps if you get searched at the keep, you can pretend like your extracts are like little elixirs that do things.
Oh yeah, like I'm selling potions.
Yeah, but not
I'll be
like,
right back.
well, because potions I think come in maybe a bigger bottle and look different.
Yeah. If somebody
But
asks,
these could be
if
like
they try
elixirs
to
of
buy
like
them, you just
luck
refuse.
or something.
Tell them that your potions are too strong for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want these potions.
But you
They
can
are
give
too strong
them
for
to
you.
them, right? And they'll work.
No, they're
Yeah.
much too strong for them. His potions would kill a man.
Would kill a
His potions
dragon.
I thought there was one that
They
like just
kill a
improved,
dragon, let alone a man.
like, sense motive or and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
you're getting the reference.
Not that we want to. No, I'm not.
Oh no.
I'll put what you can search on YouTube in the chat so you can have a good laugh later.
Yeah.
Okay.
No respect for knights.
Is this like a Holy Grail thing or something?
That's
It's
a
some
YouTube
dude
video.
who's entertaining himself with like a sort of warp aspect of the
on
camera.
a camera, yeah.
And he's basically just talking to himself in character as a potion seller and as a knight who's looking to buy potions.
Okay.
And the potion seller is very like rude to the knight and
Yeah,
refuses
if
to
you
sell
want to
his
get in on
potions.
if you want to get
It's
in
so
on
funny.
the cool kid joke, that's pretty eponymous as far as like, I don't know.
I'm
stuff
surprised
like
you
that
haven't seen
goes.
it. Yeah, it's like it's a very culturally important video on the internet.
I mean, I haven't seen a lot of things, To be
I've
fair,
seen a
so.
lot of
They're
culturally
about to
important
induct it
videos
into
on
the
the internet.
Library of Congress archives.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
They really I don't know if they have a section in the Library of Congress
For
for
memes.
culturally important videos on the internet,
Oh
but
no.
they really should, and it would be one of the
Well,
videos in it.
well, they made a
Maybe
museum
eventually.
display for tweets of a certain president, so I don't see why that shouldn't be just as
Oh my
relevant, if not more
god.
so.
That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
gross. Ugh.
I know. All right. So, did Matt say that he was doing something? I need to be right back.
Um, I don't know.
He must have.
Or he's just ignoring
All right.
us. Brr.
Burr! Play with me! I need to tell someone what I do, and for it to be confirmed. Let's.
This seems like the kind of video where I want to sign out of my account before searching it.
What?
What?
Zurian wants only
my
Minecraft in his algorithm.
I say my YouTube recommended is very important to me, and it's very
Oh
much
no.
like Minecraft, some League of Legends, some other gaming stuff.
He doesn't want to be culturally
Alright, I'm back.
I live in my bubble.
enlightened, yeah. He wants to stay in his little snow
Alright, do you
globe.
guys do anything at the end other than rest?
I guess I'll ask him
I'll
on
ask
if
for
he wants
news.
to. Yeah, and I'll give him on like a potion
You're
so
asking
that he
for
can be.
news.
Yeah, I'm gonna mingle with the other travelers. Are there other travelers at this inn? Or is the road
There is.
dead? Oh no.
I'm so glad you asked.
Oh no.
Yes, you're gonna regret this.
Is it just
Yep.
the
I
first
can tell
result of
already.
this weird camera dude?
Should be.
Yeah.
Weird
There is
camera dude.
there is another traveler
Yeah, this
here.
does not look
A
like my
single
kind
traveler.
of video, but we'll see.
Let me
Alright.
get his picture for you. He is something.
You can bump that up by 5 because I am giving you a focused scrutiny.
Hmm.
Yeah, this
Where
is
the
too
fuck
weird.
is he?
Not my kind of style.
I know.
Uncultured.
He's a simple man. Not even a simple man.
There he is. So glad you
I have a
asked.
very specific comedy taste that is different than most people's.
That's fine. To each their own.
Fair. You're allowed to have poor taste in comedy.
Yeah, you meet an
In fact, I
odd
don't actually
looking
watch
fellow.
like any comedy, or yeah.
He's dressed fairly casually with just like kind of a big coat that has like a high collar and some kind of like a hat or helmet or a skull cap. And you can't help but notice that he is very fuzzy and like colorful fuzzy. He turns to look at you
Alright.
and says, "Oh, hey, I didn't notice anyone else was around here.
Oh, hey.
My name's Jeff."
Hi, Jeff.
Oh god.
Okay. I feel like it's my turn to not get a reference.
That'll just make this even funnier for those who do get it.
Alright.
Yeah, I have no idea
I'm
what's
not
going
one of
on,
them.
but I'm used to that.
Did he come from the fort? Like, is he coming the opposite way of where we're going?
You ask him.
Yeah.
And he says, "No."
Oh. Disappointed. Dang, you probably don't have any news. I was hoping to hear news from the fort or the road ahead. Dangerous times on the road.
"Well, I've got news.
Well, alright,
What
but
you got?
I don't know how interested I am in it if it's not news about the road ahead. But
It in
I
fact
guess.
deals with the road ahead.
Oh, okay. So not the fort, but the road ahead at least. Well, that's useful to know then. All right. Tell me this news. I can tell you news of Cantargo in exchange.
All right. So he points to like he's wearing what looks to be like some kind of badge. A little like copper badge or something on his coat.
Okay.
And he tells you that he's an inspector. Actually, more like a detective.
All right.
And he's been looking for a man on the run that was supposedly last seen traveling on this road.
Amon's eyes move around shiftily. Uh-huh. I wouldn't know
Slowly
anything
slide
about
over
men
to
on the
Leon.
road.
Well, he's a very wanted man.
Does this man have a name or an appearance? I don't know.
He he lifts a hand. Says that he's about yay high and about yay big.
Do those hand measurements match anyone within our party?
Yeah.
No,
Does that represent a medium person, a small person?
no, it's about a person his size.
Okay.
And he's like not small. He's burly, but he's not like that tall. He's like average height for a human. He's 6 feet tall, but he's like upper, like kind of wide, like broad shoulders. And then he kind of has like that like triangular shape down to his waist.
Hmm. I wonder if I recognize this character by that description, but from another world.
It sounds like me walking down the street.
And he says, "But yes, he's a very wanted man."
I'll ask, perhaps you could give us a name, just in case we need to parlay that information back to you, seeing as you are a man of the law.
Oh, I'll know him when I see him.
Right, I'm aware of that. I'm saying if we see him and you don't, we may need more descriptive words if we are to do our duty as citizens and turn them over to the authorities.
Well, he's a bit of a scruffy individual.
Uh-huh. Are his crimes just being scruffy and shaped like this, making the hand movements?
Scruffy and terribly attractive.
Wait, what? Really? Oh, who?
Can I sense motive and pick up that this guy's talking about himself?
You
I know,
know he's
that's what I'm
talking about
thinking.
himself.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, Leon was picking up on that too and starting to get huffy. Like, this guy's wasting our goddamn time. Does his badge look like it's legitimate?
No. On closer inspection, it doesn't appear to be a copper badge. It's more like like a like a tin
Like a
badge.
tin badge.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh no.
If
And it has, like,
he
a little,
if he lived in a more
patch
modern
of
world, it would be
blue
a
on it.
plastic one.
It'd be a
His whole
sticker.
outfit is like, what's that word for like? It's not gaudy, but it's like it's colorful in a way that's like to look.
Mm-hmm.
My eyes, they burn. Fun style.
Yeah.
He says, but don't
Uh,
you worry. I'm
mhm.
here to ensure that this devilishly good-looking man is brought in for his crimes against society. But in the
And what
meantime, what brings you here?
I look at him on like this
You
guy.
know, we're doing trading. We're doing business. We're on our way to the business factory.
Oh, that's cool too. I used to do some of that.
I'm sure. You seem like
Oh,
a
really?
businessman
Barry walks
yourself.
away. He's gonna go to the room and like go to bed.
Hmm.
He's like, I've had enough. I've had enough
Yeah.
of this for one day.
I
This
am
is
all
Cormac. He just
business.
punched this dude.
What sort of business are you in?
Well, right now, you could say I'm gathering information.
Oh, of course.
Like, what do you guys do for fun?
Talk to
Fun.
interesting individuals.
Mon frown.
Yeah, what's that?
He's like, what? I haven't done anything for fun in ages.
Oh my god.
The last
What am I doing
vacation
with
I
my
had.
life? Bye, guys.
Am I even allowed to have fun anymore?
No fun. Oh man, I didn't even hear the sirens. But are you the fun police?
He might as well be. I'd rib him on.
Yeah.
I I tell Jeff.
Is that
I
really how
tell you.
people see me? Oh no.
Tell you what, Monsieur Jeff. I like to play cards. Are you a gambling man?
Gambling, huh?
Hui.
I guess that depends who you ask.
I'm
You!
asking you.
Oh well, in that case, yeah, sure.
All right. But what sort of coin do you? What sort of stakes do you like to play for?
The medium well kind.
Oh god.
I take a drag of my cigarette and purposefully blow it in his direction, and
Oh
I
shit.
slam down some coins on the table, talking about
Oh
gold,
no.
monsieur.
The challenge is on.
Oh, okay, I got you. He reaches into his one of his pockets, and he pulls out some gold, uh, some tin like bottle caps.
Okay, so he just has bottle caps. He doesn't actually have gold.
No, these are good. Listen, where I'm from, these are worth a fortune.
All right,
Do you want to
well,
gamble or
where
not?
we are
Jeez.
from. Do you have any other sort of possessions besides these bottle caps? I'm a merchant, and so
Wait,
I'm
why are we talking to
interested
this
in
guy
material
anyways?
goods. Because Leon is pissed that he's been wasting their
He's
time,
the
so
only
he wants to
one in
take him for
the
everything he's worth.
He's the only one in this inn besides us. Like I don't think there's any other travelers
uh,
here.
I,
Or if they are,
Yeah,
this guy's like
if they were here,
standing
This
they're
out
guy
too
not here
much.
kidnapped them
now.
all to their
Oh
room.
yeah, he scared them off. Yeah, that's fair.
that's fair, okay.
They all went to bed. Like they did
Oh,
the same thing
Hmm.
Barry did.
man.
Listen, man, it's never just me. Sometimes it's me and the open road.
Okay.
Does it look like he has anything of wealth on his person?
Um, what do you consider wealth or valuable?
Well, like if I Well, I mean, if he looks like he has like fancy clothes or shoes, or if he has like a any jewelry on his person, or anything that looks like it might be obviously magical, like a wand or something.
He has a nice belt buckle.
All right,
You think it
I'll
might be
throw.
like copper
Okay,
or bronze?
he. All right, then I tell him. I throw up the Asmodean belt buckle that I got from that one dwarf at the Salix Salt Works, and I'll say, "I'll play you buckle for buckle."
Oh, okay, this sounds interesting. The loser will have to find some other way to hold up their pants.
The buckle is obviously too big for Leon, but he agrees. Like the one that I
Oh
have
no.
is not one that I've been wearing. It's just one that I've been keeping on my person. But yeah,
Where did you
I'll
even
play him.
find that belt buckle? You know what? I don't want to know. It's better if I don't know, in fact.
See, you are learning, Joist. And I turn my attention to my foe and say, "Oh, my stomach is a bit queasy. I'm just so nervous at playing someone who must be so skilled at guards at yourself. A moment." And I will find the toilet, and there I'll mix up a couple extracts, drink them, and then come back.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna play this fucker. But I feel like I've taken up a little bit of time with my personal vendetta, so if anybody wants to do anything else, feel free to do so.
Oh, I'm good.
Alright, well, I'll say you guys rest and Leon entertains himself with Jeff.
Hmm.
And the rest of us all just go to bed.
Yeah. And you do
Like
this for a
this
while.
is or like this has been a very
He's
exhausting interaction. I sleep
yeah,
very well.
he's content to do this for with you for all night.
Okay, well, I'll make sure that I get a full night's rest, but yeah, I just play him, you know, keep on trying to find something that I can take from him. Uh, Maybe just
Wow.
I'll settle for his shoes if I'm able to like get at least one thing and keep it.
You just want to take something from him.
Well, not steal it. I want to earn it fair and square through the use of extracts.
Sure.
Well, no matter
Don't
how
judge
much
me.
you play him, you never seem to come out more than even with him.
Gotcha. It's probably
Like you win a
extremely
hand, he wins a
frustrating.
hand.
Right. Yeah, that's good. So I guess like at some point I'll I'll wait as long as possible to see if he like gives up first. But
No,
if it
he is
seems
showing no
okay,
signs of
all
stopping.
right. I had a feeling. Okay, then I'll look at the hourglass and be like, ah, well, did you look at that? I've been having so much fun, you know, sharpening my wit against yours that I did not even realize it was time for bed. It was a pleasure playing with you, Monsieur Jeff.
Oh yeah, you too. I can't wait for the morning.
Eh,
Where'd you
la
say we're
nuit est
headed?
tombée. Ah, Duke
Awesome. Never been there. Looking forward to it.
Wait, what?
Right. You
He's.
go, we'll catch
Oh.
up.
You go.
You get a head start. We'll
And,
catch up.
mhm. And that's my bluff, 28. and I'll scurry
I mean, he's down,
upstairs.
but he follows you
Oh no.
Where?
Friends for
to
life!
to the room, and he's
No,
like, "Don't worry,
He's
man.
like,
I
I'm your
won't
new
take up much
roommate.
room.
no,
You can have
uh,
the bed."
no.
You're gonna have to
And he
pay him
steps
too.
in.
You should hire him. Just he just adopt him. Like he's not any. He's not really any different from a halfling. He's a little bigger, but I mean,
Oh.
Um, I will give him. I I mentally
you don't have to
chastise
pay him in real money.
myself.
You could pay him in bottle caps, apparently.
Yeah.
Sure.
I
He's, he...
I don't think I have bottle cap.
Oh
Oh
no.
god.
No, I need those bottle caps. Damn it! I should have taken him up on his offer. He doesn't take anything else as currency, not
And he
even for a
takes his like
bribe.
skull cap off and he puts it on the dresser and he stretches and yawns on the floor. He's like, "All right, good night."
Good night, and I'll just lie on the bare board, staring at the ceiling, just thinking like, what? How do I kill him?
Oh god.
No, just he's just running through formula in his head. That always helps him sleep.
All right.
Yep, that's my night.
You sleep. And the rest of you guys, you rest. Did I hit the button? I don't think so. And let's see, it's 9:20 right now, so before we get into combat or anything at Minotaur, I'll just go ahead and end the session for right now.
I'll go with that. This being the travel
All
session.
right.
Start
Yeah.
off
Here's some
Okay.
experience points for
dealing with
defeating
How
Minotaur
giant.
a monster.
before shit hits the fan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might already have. You have Jeff.
No.
I know. Well, hey, here's the good part, guys. This is a mountain pass, very unstable walkways, narrow ledges.
Look how reliable he looked.
You know what we could do? Just
Hmm.
What's
cast
that?
hold person on him and then leave.
Oh gee.
Wait, I just realized something. Jeff could be the perfect cover, because none of those guards in their right mind would suspect that we are there to infiltrate with this dip with us.
Oh god.
He's a
He's our
he's a
he's our
he's a
comedian.
keep inspector. See, he has a badge.
He will become a very indispensable and necessary evil.
He's gonna become a compulsory evil. Is what I'm what I'm
I didn't
getting.
He's
even need
like
to.
he's my new he's my new like bullet in the barrel whenever anybody says, "Is there anybody around that I can talk to?" or stuff like, "Oh boy, there sure is."
There's Jeff.
I didn't even
Meet
need to
Jeff.
take leadership to grab a follower.
You want Jeff?
No, I'm just saying, like, hey, I
We
don't
should have
even
had
need
him with
to take
us
a
when we
feat.
ran into the hill giant, because it would have solved a lot of problems.
Oh god.
It's been like, here you go. You guys be friends now.
Now
And
kiss.
then we're like, and then you whisper to the hill giant, you can eat him.
Oh god.
He is food.
Yeah. then we just leave.
He might taste funny.
But not like haha funny.
Yeah, not like
Like
ha
I
funny.
need to I need to see the
Yeah.
doctor funny.
Not once while you were talking with him did his eyelids go like above halfway.
Open. I
Yeah,
might it might
I
be worth it
figured.
to expend like 4 uses of the disguise kit to disguise our party and get out of there. Be like, oh no, we're not those people.
I'm telling you, you just cast hold person on him. He fails, and
No,
then we just all walk away.
no, he's not worth a second level spell slot.
He might have
Well,
few enough hit die that he can cast days on.
his worth might be, yeah, something you guys have to figure out.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
willing. I will accept the
was it worth
burden.
it to talk to him?
Oh no, it definitely wasn't. It was a mistake.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yep.
Uh,
Alright. Yep, that's it for tonight. Have a good one, everybody.
all
All
right.
right, this session
Yep.
was titled
Peace.
Borka's Quest and Jeff.
Jeff.
All right, take care, everybody.
Bye.
Yep, take care.
Bye.
Pluto and Secret, are you gonna play Civ tomorrow?